This is the Code Breakers. This is Paradox.
And this is D. What's up? What's up? What's up, man? What's going on?
Not much, just chilling.
Back at it again, man.
We back.
Weathering the storm.
Yes, sir. We're gonna play a little intro to get started, and then we're gonna let everybody come in and we can get the rolling. So
Rocking and rolling, man. Let's get this thing cranking.
let's hit it.
Come on, love the whole world, the whole world, trust the whole world, yo, love the whole world, just trust the whole world, yo, hush the whole world, fuck this whole world. Whose world is this? World is yours, world is yours. Yeah, whose world is this? Bet you feeling like the world is yours, right? Whose world is this? Like the world is yours, right? Whose world is this? Yo, I'm trying to get to this place that my grandpa told me about as a child. Told me only if you can make it in the faithless ain't allowed. Be a star out your game and name above the clouds. And if you miss, you at least be amongst your own crowd. I smile cause now I see what he meant. I see it in the eyes of mothers when they uncover their sins and repent. Getting closer to Jehovah on they old knees bent. Praying our mind frame switch and these times change quick. But I hate to say it, brother. The youth is too stubborn, too stuck on themselves to ever think about others. They must uncover the scales on their eyes called lies, leading to deaf, dumb, and blind to a place my mom told me about. Where your sins get cleansed, cause they bathe in flames. And the only route out is to shout out his name. I was trained to be a soldier for God, but as soon as I used my own thoughts, I kinda got lost in a small called reality, where hell is a fallacy, and heaven is a fantasy created by man, so don't believe in it. You came here with nothing and you're leaving with nothing, so retreat from this world of deceitfulness. My people, it's time to rise. Realize it's a heaven, whether you think it's inside or in the sky. Reach for it before it's gone internally, and you stuck here below the heavens for eternity. Whose world is this? Whose world is this? It's like the world is yours, right? Whose world is this? Whose world is this? Yo. Somebody once told me that I'm already in hell. Freedom's a state of mind, it's just the heart of me's in hell. I free my slave mind, so a part of me's in hell. So even when it's hard to breathe, a part of me in hell. So pardon me, you gotta try hard to be yourself. Cause you can't get to heaven being anybody else. I was raised by a reverend, yet the lessons didn't help. Had to get them for myself. I was told hell is hot, but had to feel it for myself. So I left home as a young child, smiling as I stepped on, facing the world butt naked without my weapon on. I lost my smile. In exchange, I put a vest on. Now that my premature stress is gone, I got problems to face as a man. I was told you either stand or you fall. Long as you know that when you walk, you holding hands with a God. That alone can turn the dark to a walk in the park. I only talk from my heart, so open yours when you're listening. Every man has his own heaven, but the difference is the way that he envisions it. So if you make your heaven pictureless, by the time you die, you'll be drifting in an imageless field. So build your heaven full of blessed thoughts. That's real. You can stress it or just let it walk. I got a question. If a man can make his own heaven, then can he make his path to get to it too? I only spit fluent truth, and I spit it for the listeners, so I'm spitting to you. You say it's hell, I say it's bullshit we getting through. Just think about it. Every man has his own heaven, but shit, you gotta go through hell to be a man first. And understand first, hell is what you choose to call the present. That's why you're going through it, I just choose to call it stress. Tell you fools the truth, I don't feel this why I'm destined. So you can call it hell, but bruh, I just say I'm below the heavens.
Yo, you there?
Yeah, man, that Blue and Exile hit hard, boy.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Below the heavens, man. You're welcome. Below the heavens, man. Hope you can elocute what he was putting down, man. He was dropping some bars, what they call drop some lyrics. That boy deep. Yeah. Took the whose world is this? Took it to another level a little bit.
Yeah, that's that sound. Yeah.
Had that DJ Premier style to it. That's how doing
Yep.
this thing on the ones and twos, man.
Mm-hmm.
But I still listen to that Nas album. I'm just like, man, this dude, that Nas, that Illmatic album, crazy, man.
Wow, especially
19 years old. 19 Paradox. That's insane. To be that, I mean, still gifted. I mean, the dude is just, even when he ain't trying, he ain't, you know. In fact, I had to update my list. I'm like, yo, this dude, I mean, is Nas the best now? Is Nas the GOAT? I mean, shit. Is he? I mean, seriously, this run he got now, you know, you listen to the one with the DJ Premier joint? Maybe we'll do an outro on one of them, man. One of them things, I'm like, man, what?
Oh, you just dropped something?
Yeah, the DJ Premier Nas, man, that thing crazy.
No, I missed
yeah.
it.
Oh my God. Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. He's been going on a run where if the albums are not, they may not be on a classic level, man, but they're so good, man, in this current environment right now that, bruh. You got the gift, man. You just got the gift, man. Just
I know, yeah, I know. And it's kind of culture that if you're not making hits, that's where it gets all
convoluted.
From certain perspectives. Yeah, certain perspectives.
Yeah,
good music is good music, but you know how that goes in this country.
Yeah, because he felt in that kind of hole of trying to make chasing hits.
Yeah.
You know, after it was written and did the Nostradamus thing, and then I just like, oh man, come on, man. That Shorty, when he did the Shorty with Genuine, I'm like, oh no, it's another one, man. Another Big Daddy Kane, man. No, man, don't do it to me, man. Yeah, I was just like, come on, Nas. Like, nah, bro, not you. I'd rather you just keep the lost tapes and do that and just recycle it. Just don't do that, man. That ain't never
make a good classic music. Don't worry about it. It'll take care of itself. Time will take care of it. In my mind.
But when he came back with
a lot of these microwave hits they're not gonna stand the test though. They're not gonna stand the test of time.
You know what? It wasn't that bad because right after Nostradamus, he did Stillmatic. Then Stillmatic was what brought us Ether. So that's 2001. Nas is, yo, I don't know, man.
Albums are amazing.
He may be, I may have to put him in number one, man. Hey, I ain't gonna hold.
I ain't doing that, but
dude, listen, bro. Like, Pac and Biggie don't have the catalog, man. We don't never know what it would be either. So, Eminem ain't in there. You got him there?
Who, me? Oh no. I ain't doing that.
I know you ain't thinking Jay-Z. Hell no.
He needs to be in the argument.
Come on, man. Nah, dog. Jay ain't better than Nas, man. He's just not.
Jay the Kiss. It's a
hell no.
Slick Rick. It's a list.
Slick Rick ain't there. No, don't got the catalog. Listen, we talking about Nas, man. Illmatic. Halftime. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, and did the best song that how can you be better than the dude that you basically sampled your best song on? I want their presidents to represent me. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, dog. Like, you cannot be. And that's within a 2-year time frame. It ain't even like it was old enough yet to be sampling him. You sampled this dude 2 years later.
No.
That's madness, dog. That's how dope he was. That's how far ahead of the game he was, man. Like, for him to be the Dog, like I said, I listen to that Illmatic album. Like
man.
that
Scarface,
Illmatic album.
Jada Kiss,
Oh,
Slick.
Scarface is my favorite rapper.
Too Short. That's a lot of rappers I like. Love.
I said Scarface is my favorite rapper. Is he number one as far as the GOAT? Like we talking about the greatest of all times. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's gonna be a little
undeniable.
subjective because, like you said, how are you? I don't know. The greatest of all time. I mean, that's
it's hard. Hip hop is hard because, you know, it. But I think it should be somebody from my era. I ain't gonna hold you because you know we seen all eras, and we can kind of relate to all eras of hip hop, man. I mean, that's my opinion.
That, you have to look at it as like when you saying we throwing the word "goat" around, it has to also include. That's what I'm saying. Numbers play a role in this, though. Hits and that you start to add other things to it, though. Just being a great lyricist is one thing, but you saying "go," that's everything. That's everything. There's ball players who are better than a lot of ball players who made the league, but you ain't make the league. It don't matter. I don't care. But you throwing a little monkey wrench in there when you saying the word "goat." I don't know.
Listen,
know about that.
I'm gonna tell you, man. There are a lot of people that would say Kendrick is. Now, for me to be on Kendrick so long, and so Kendrick
definitely put Kendrick in the argument.
Oh, absolutely. No, absolutely. Album wise, the dude don't put out. He doesn't feel rushed to do it. He's just a victim. He's just a victim of circumstance because, you know, white people going to refresh and repackage it. They're gonna just do what they do. It doesn't matter. They're gonna make you into what you don't want to be, which is I don't think he ever wanted. I think he's like the top. Whoever would have knew he had like as many followers as Drake on Spotify now. That would never happen like 5 years ago. Never, bro.
Is he a better version? Is he the better version of Nas? That's the problem with Nas.
I said that. Remember, I said that though, but I said that before Nas had this last run though.
Oh, okay.
You got to remember, I said that. I said this dude is basically completing the mission, and said no because it was all based off the no that he told the labels. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to go. I'm not going to be dancing, and you know, if I'm a Millie Rock, I'm gonna do my own thing, and then that's why because he stayed grounded. We just talked about this offline. He stayed grounded to the dudes he grew up with.
Right.
They may not have been as dope as him, and I love J Rock and what's my man did the studio, Schoolboy Q and all those dudes. You know, they dope in their own way, but I'm saying like he stayed kind of like, you know, with those guys.
They just dropped an album in December, a few weeks ago.
Who?
Okay, I got you. Nas and
yeah. Oh man, yeah, man. That thing crazy.
I ain't heard nothing.
That thing. I should have sent it to you when I like, oh my god, dude. Nas done dropped like 8 albums in the last 4 or 5 years. Dude, since 2000, since the Magic. What was the Magic album? I think was it Magic or what was the first one he dropped? That's part of this list. Because he dropped Nasir, I don't really count that. That's the one that Kanye. Right. No, he did the Lost Tapes 2. That's old stuff. It's King's Disease. King's Disease was in 2020 at the height of COVID. So he dropped King's Disease.
Then he dropped
that was dope.
Disease, right?
Yep, but then it was King's Disease 2. That's what I'm saying. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
he back. He back. He back. He did that 5 heartbeats. Remember that? Is there a heart? Is there a heart? Yeah. Oh, that nigga start going in. I'm like, yo, Nas killing it. Yo, man, if you ever, I mean, he went through the system, man. He came back out again, and dude,
they got 21. How many
salute Nasir, bro. Salute Nas, man. I mean, it's since King's Disease is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 7 albums, man. It's light years, which is so bruh. I mean, and these are not a bad album in sight. Now, all of them are not great, but I mean that King's Disease 2 is almost a damn near classic, bruh. That thing quick. I'm like, oh my god, bruh. Yo, that King's Disease 2, the pressure, bruh. Yeah. He the store run. He got so many. Listen, man.
What's it called? Light Years?
It's called Light Years. That's the new one. Yeah,
My life
which
real.
is dope. You know, and then he did Magic 2 solid albums, Magic 3 solid albums. You know, very solid. But that King Disease run, that's really what brought me to. I'm like, okay, this man may be the GOAT. he may be the one. He may be the dude.
I still, I don't know. I think he's still strangely. It's strange to say. I feel like he's obscure almost, bro. That's the strange. I don't even want to say that, but it's just not. It's not percolating though. It's the problem, I think.
I don't even care about the percolation.
I know you don't. I know.
I think
that's the superficial side of it, but I mean,
no, it matters though. You're right, GOAT. It does matter though. That's why LL always put himself there, because he's always been dropping the hits. But that's always been LL though, to a degree. That's always him.
He's making.
That's him though. But that's him. Ladies love Cool James. That's in his name, dog. That's who he is. He's the first Drake. Literally, he's the blueprint of Drake, basically.
Right. And I have to caveat. I have to caveat my statements also is that it's the machine that's generating it and pushing it.
Man, that machine.
And so the thing is that the machine is dictating what I'm saying. By the way.
Yeah, it does, man. And I'm trying to be a ghost in the machine and see it for what its musical form is, because as much as Kendrick is trying to fight it, when he went up against Drake and just we talked about it.
Right.
When he went up against Drake and he did that thing, it made him commercial just based off the output.
It forced him into commercial. Yeah, he wasn't commercial.
The thing that Drake was chasing is because Drake was tired of he don't want to be just what you would call suburb poppy. He wants to be an underground bap. He wants to be known as a lyricist or a real MC. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it don't connect because there's so many missing parts to him. And he's so conflicted by so many different influences too.
But the music industry controls narratives, controls numbers, controls what they push, what they don't push. So a lot of things a little deceptive, because, like you just said, they chose to use Kendrick for whatever reason.
Yeah.
To put a hit out on Drake, in my opinion. So you can see what the machine can do.
I'm glad you see that.
To make it appear a certain way, which affects how I'm going to make an opinion. Obviously, right? So I have to caveat my opinion was like, well, not really, because I know that the entire system, for whatever reason, unbeknownst to me, decided to try to bring down Drake a little bit, and I don't know why.
Because no, believe it or not,
maybe he got too high, maybe too much.
No. I'm gonna tell you.
Don't know exactly, but
in my opinion, because I like both artists. Everybody knows this. They've been listening to us. I love both artists. I think they're one of those ones you can't discount Drake, because Drake got some hits too. Because the thing is, as much as they tried to prop Drake up, he had resistance to the pop life. He took the pieces that he wanted, but he didn't take it all. He didn't swallow the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Like how Diddy just kind of like just engulfed himself into that, I'm this, that kind of that lifestyle, and kind of like just it fluxed himself. He always tried to stay grounded to, like, you would even still hear him on he still does the intros for the screw tapes for my man Slim K and them. He still comes on there as big as he is. He don't have to do that. You see what I'm saying? Yep. He don't have to have no connection to them at all.
Nope.
At all, bro.
He's very plugged in.
And he still, hey, that boy, the Runo boy, I'm like, he still does that. And I think it rubs so-called the big wigs like, why are you still around? That kind of, so it's like, so Kendrick is the perfect hitman. I mean,
and I think the system itself wants to make changes in the music industry, like you said, and it wants to move people in and move people out and have control over it.
So now he's sort of like the he's sort of like Batman. He's forced into that role where he's like, I'm not what you wanted, but I'm what the city needs, that kind of shit to save hip hop. Like he's been put into that role of so-called saving hip hop from this pop star foil that was propped up by the same system that's propping up you at the Super Bowl. I mean, it's the same machine. It's the same machine. It's this is so crazy. This is like also Palpatine. Dude, this is some Palpatine shit. Like, we see it so many times that we don't even recognize when we choosing these sides. Like, no, Kendrick been dope. Like, I've been talking since Section 80. Bro, how long have I been on Kendrick, bro? Like, since the very beginning, dog. I'm talking about before Good Kid, Mad City, all of that. Dope. I'm talking about when he was on Sore Losers. I mean, back right, but I wish he didn't. I wish
he didn't fall for it though.
Fall for what?
You know, unless he's in cahoots.
You talking about? You wish Kendrick didn't fall for it?
Yeah, they could have played. They could have played with it a little bit and made some money off of it. Got some clicks. I get that part and have some fun with it. But it felt like somebody's using him. It's not going to necessarily appear that way, but someone's using him to attack this other person. I'm like, bro, you do know that it's still bigger than this. It's still bigger than you, and the machine is making this exist, not you. That's how I look at it. And people may disagree with that, but I don't. I think he has no control over anything. I think it's all bullshit. You know what I mean? I think it's all manufactured. It's like, well, it looks like he's doing this and he's saying the right words and it's making you think that he's going after him and he's not like us and all this other bullshit. And I'm like, bruh, come on now. Now it's fun. Like I said, when it's fun. But then it gets to a point where you guys should all come together and just let it, and you know what I'm saying, and just let it ride out. Just have some fun together after the fact. But then it just kept going. I'm just like, bro, this ain't you, bro. This is the machine doing this.
That's why I'm glad Nas was so terrible at making pop music. Kendrick can do it though. He has the gift that he can do it. Obviously, he can make the bops. That's why I never really liked the
Well, I think he tried to come off as he tried to come off as a certain way, but in reality, he just like the rest of Hollywood.
But he wanted it though. Paradox. No, he wanted
it
though.
I don't know if you have a choice. Honestly,
no.
I don't know. I think that the energy or the spirits or whatever you call it just pulls you into that environment. I think I don't even know how much control. I don't even know what it looks like and how do you fight it necessarily. It seems like it's almost impossible to fight.
You know who played it the right way, and we didn't really pay attention to what he was doing. He probably should have said it a lot louder, in my opinion, was J. Cole. J. Cole, remember he stepped out, he said, nah, both of these are my brothers. I'm not with that. Talking down, we you know what I'm saying? It was all in fun.
The powers that be is the ones that really make the money. They would have loved if somebody would have killed one another. They would have loved that even more. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm glad that part, I guess, didn't happen, but something about the way we're exploited, and it's fascinating. It's entertaining, but it's definitely exploitation. It's definitely a high level of manipulation, high level control. You know what I'm saying? Because when we're going against one another, the world loves to click on that shit for some fucking odd reason. They love to click on it, and it just drives the numbers. It pushes the algorithm. It solidifies people's belief systems. All of their assumptions.
I hate to see
how and the thing is that when someone like him is because he's more of a chameleon type and he adapts and changes and gets on things and it rubs enough people the wrong way to where when I'm ready to attack him, I can use it against him. It happens to athletes all the, bro. I can go through the list of things that as they control perception, as they manage ideas, as they're managing your mindset and what you believe, what you think you're coming up with. It's a masterpiece on every level. Like it doesn't matter if it's music or war. It's like it's at every
this
level.
Is tied to politics too. Yeah,
it's all connected. It's all tied to people trying to to get control, power. And it's just funny in the music industry looking at that scenario. Like I said, if they would have came together at the end and just said we were just having fun and it's all entertaining and it is what it is, it would have been much better to close it out and let it go instead of just knowing that if we keep this tension here, it keeps driving our numbers. It keeps engagement there. Not them, the people who control them.
it turned into WWF, man, because we knew it was
Right.
never going to be nothing real, but it was just like they created a whole nother new generation
Billions of
version
impressions.
of
Billions and billions of
Biggie
impressions,
and
bro.
Tupac, and think about how much money they have made off that whole beef alone, bro.
To this day, still
I
making money
mean,
off of it.
built empires off that whole platforms, man.
All right, and that's what
Crazy,
it would
bro.
never be investigated. Everybody gets their little piece of their little money. Everybody gets their little whatever from it. I mean, it's all connected, right? It's a beautiful thing.
And then you want to lock up Diddy like he was the mastermind of it all. It's
Hmm.
nasty work. Some nasty work, bro.
Yeah, but you playing with a lot of powerful people though.
Yeah.
So I mean, life things happen,
Yeah. True.
and we really don't really know what's really going on anyway. That's the other part. Really don't know all the people who done fucked each other over and lied to one another, slept with somebody's wife,
Yeah, compromise
whatever. I mean, just
sexually.
endless
Yeah,
amount of
they do.
endless amount of things,
Listen,
like
bruh,
endless amount of interpersonal things that go on in these people's everyday lives.
bruh.
Who likes who and who's connected, and who now likes the new person. It's just an endless amount of scenarios that are taking place. And like you said, then opportunistic. When you see an opportunity that you can exploit it. Especially if you see the numbers running.
If he just said
And
no
like
to
you
the
said,
Super Bowl, if he said,
right,
"Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna go
right,
to Inglewood and I'm gonna do a block party instead,"
right. Nah, he
or
fed right into it, bro.
that's what I'm saying. But it's so. I don't
Fed
even know what
right
to say,
into it.
man. I don't even know what to say because it's like I'm trying to look at it because I know that he knows this already. He's not a fool. He, through his music, that he's conscious of certain things. But just to know that it's happening to you in real time and not to still be able to have the ability to say no, man. Shout out to Jesus, man. When that whole parable about, hey, man, like I can give you. I mean, that's popularity. I mean, this is media. This is look what I can give you. Let me show you the future. You're gonna be praised. You're gonna be worshipped. This is how people we still did it anyway. We still did it anyway. We prop Christianity. We making it to this hyper. The brokest person in Christianity is Jesus. How he gonna be the brokest person? You suck. You don't get me started, bro. I can't. Don't do it. I'm gonna break. Oh man, I'm gonna break my mind into pieces, man. If I start doing this, man, because I can't do it. You're telling me how much prosperity and this and that other than God want for you, and you sure that's God talking to you?
Oh, yeah, it's all a hustle.
You sure that ain't the thing about the parable in the Bible where he said, look at all. He basically showing the feet. This is what you're going to be remembered as. Everybody's going to worship. This is what
Right.
You're going to be revered, worship. This and that other. You still did it anyway.
Yeah. Oh, you can't follow. I tell Christians that all the time, and I've told them in their faces, you can't follow them. It's impossible in this place.
In this environment, listen, bro. Listen, it's
you living within the empire. You literally in an empire and may not understand it or be aware of that or what that means. But they're not. I don't think it's not connecting because people aren't really preaching it enough, in my opinion. Right? It's not really connecting that you are the place. You are operating in the way they operated, even historically, from a power, resources, access perspective. And
you are the Pharisees.
And guess what? And you're taking full advantage of it in every way and have justified all of it.
The pressure to give tithes. I mean, all of this stuff that didn't have anything to. Anyway, let's get off that for another program. We about to go in, man. Oh man, I wanted to kind of ask you about, you can kind of give me your opinion on some of the things that's been happening with Venezuela, and what do you think about some of the some of the movements that are happening over the past couple of weeks, man. I know we haven't been on in a while, so what is your kind of synopsis of everything that's going on, just from your point of view?
As far as what? I'm sorry, my bad.
Like, decisions to go in and kidnap uh is it Mendoza?
Maduro.
That's what's his name? Last name?
Maduro.
Mandoro.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think that means anything, or you think that has any kind of deeper meaning, or just still politics? I don't want to kind of even, go with. I just want to hear your opinion about some of those actions and what you think about how the media is covering and stuff like that. Like, what is your opinion on that?
You said deeper meaning?
No, your opinion on some of the moves that have been made,
Yeah.
by the administration. Are you in support of it still? I don't know where you at with it. Are you in support of it, or are you not in support of it, or do you just
I'm all in on the empire.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm not confused. Yeah, I'm all in on the empire, baby. But this is what we do. The difference is, what I was telling you why I appreciate this particular president is because it's loud, and we can't see these. You know what I'm saying? We can't see it. You can't see it. They're not doing a lot of propaganda. They're not necessarily doing a lot of spin, relatively speaking, historically speaking, right? And so to be able to see it in action, this is what we're here for, right? For me and you, I would assume you was included in that, right? This is what we're here for. We're here to, like me and you keep, I mean, I could spin it left or right. I'm not trying to do that, obviously. I'm just saying, like, this is what this is. This is what we are. We are a $1 trillion military. We're about to go to $1.5 trillion, right? That's what they're requesting in 2027 or 26. I forget. 27, I think. So I mean, we're doing our job. This is what we do. We've toppled over 60 governments, roughly 64, whatever the number is. I don't know, whatever it is. I mean, how do you want to approach it? Because if I'm not going to do the media thing. I mean, I watch all the media stuff, and like I said, I mean, it's all spin, right? Because we're living in the time, so we're just going through the motions of just life and trying to manage. Everybody's trying to manage the environment in a sense, right? But I mean, no one's going to necessarily be. Everyone that you hear, I'll put it this way: everybody that I listen to, they're coming from a certain perspective, right? There are people who are pro-China, pro-Russia, pro-Europe, pro-America, whatever, right? And everyone has positions and angles, even within those environments, based off of, various things, and depending on who they are, obviously, as well. But ultimately, at the end of the day, right, when we boil it all down, this is what the Western world has been doing for 500 years, if not longer. So, like, it's kind of funny because the way America talks and how they have to, like, soften it to introduce the conversation to the environment as it's happening, I always find that funny because, like you said, when people listen to, you have to, they're the ones who's going to give you the information, right? We're not going to know unless they produce it and deliver it to us, obviously. And then they have to interpret it, right? And make you understand what's happening. And then they will maybe put it on, then they would create sides, right? Left, right, whatever, however you want to chop that up. And then, far extremes, etc., right? But, like, it's funny because this is what our system is designed to do and has always done, right? So to me, it's status quo. This is just how it works. It's just that it's a little bit louder, maybe it's a little bit more direct. But ultimately, I can go through every administration going back. I won't even say when, DC. I won't even say it. I'm gonna try not to say it today, but I may end up having to, right? But going back to that very pivotal moment in time, and this is what's expected. What's so funny? No matter what side you're on politically, right, in the world, just look at what's happening. As me and you keep saying, right? Like I keep saying, if something else is gonna happen, if somebody else gonna do something, let's go to work. It ain't, it's not happening, bro. And we're just doing what we do. We're managing the planet globally, as we've been saying forever, and you're just seeing what it looks like, and you're getting a little bit of access to it. And to be honest with you, a lot of people are so trapped into their little bubbles, they're not even getting the full perspective any fucking way, right? They're getting mostly political spins, and they're regurgitating that shit to drive their own clicks and views and yada yada yada, right? Try to, you know how everybody takes information, and because they have an audience, they have to process it and then deliver it to their audience a certain way to maintain their followers or whatever. Because once you have a set, you have to then drive it through that every time. You can't. It doesn't matter what you're a part of, what you're talking about, right? You have to figure out a way to reduce it into a way to where it fits to your space, and then you kind of go from that perspective. Hope you get the clicks, the views, continue to get the followers, continue to get the collabs and all that type of shit. Because again, if you're sort of in a I would argue on some level in our space, where we may have political whatever you want to call it, right? But at the end of the day, we're here to break it all down. And when you look at how we operate, it's literally a part of the it's a part of the blueprint. Like, it's a part of what has to happen. We're making moves all over the world, and like I said, this is what it looks like. You're just getting kind of a raw version of it. Whatever we take, whoever we put pressure on. My thing is this: who gonna stop it? Like, I don't even want to do that. I don't really want to do that because it makes me seem like a neocon or something. But I'm like, we playing around. We playing around though. Everybody, we playing too much though. At the end of the day,
we'll push it to that limit.
There's lots of clowns out. It's just clown. It's clown. It's just so much. I put it. Let me not say clown. I would say ideological bullshit, wealth, power. It makes you think yourself it gaslights people, individual people. So I'm not talking about regular people. I'm just talking about like the people who talking all the time. When I hear them talk, I'm just thinking like, what are you talking about? In a lot of ways, right? Like, you a multi-millionaire, whatever side you're on, you have these ideas, but you don't control the strikes. You don't control the kidnapping. You don't control the waterways. You're just reporting information, and then you try to turn it into this other shit. Like, bro, I can't do it. The level, it makes it's just like we're not in the right space. Almost like this, right? You don't want to accept. It's like everything else. No one wants to accept what it is because it's too hard, too painful, right? So then you have to create this other thing to operate within, if that makes any sense. It's just very difficult to kind of accept. And either you're going to be a part of, or feel like you want to be, try to connect to it, or not, right? You can be anti, you can try to push against it. But when me and you lay out the history, it's like, okay, it sounds good, right? Like, it sounds good that you may want to do whatever you want to do, but like, this is what it is, though. This is what's about to happen. This is what's been happening. And you can pretty it up and try to change things around. But anyway, I know I'm just talking kind of abstractly, but I don't want to be too, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no,
I don't want to be too, specific about anything. It's just funny to me. That's all. Because everybody's trying to find their space. Everybody's trying to, get a little bit of power and a little bit of influence, or just trying to, or make themselves feel important, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Control, having your ego there and protecting it is fine for you to function. But the level of the level of propaganda that gets pushed out there, then regurgitated, then when events happen and there's no physical response to it, it's like, well, can we go back and just check what you keep talking about for your whole career? Like, I follow this one dude, right? You know who I'm talking about. I won't say his name, but he just spews bullshit. Old head dude. He's a part of the council of such and such and the commission of such and such globally. He's always at the UN running his mouth. He's from our country, but I consider him anti. But he's just constantly talking about all this. I'm like, cool. All that's cool. I want to see you do something, though. Like, I want to see it happen, because it's just noise, right? Oh, well, what about that? And we got fears of this. No, y'all ain't talking about nothing. We have people right now who are saying, this is what we're gonna do, and then they're saying what they saying, DC. That's why I said it's so beautiful. It's so it's so unhealthy, unpresidential, undiplomatic. It's against all that shit, right? So instead of doing the backroom deals, which you're doing that too, you're doing a little bit of it in the front room, right? Is so to be that loud. I'm thinking, well, if you guys are saying that being like this will agitate or make, because the first thing people keep saying is that, oh, it's gonna cause this. What the fuck? No, it's not. That's bull. All lies on. It's so much fear mongering about what might and what could and this is gonna, bruh. Come on, stop it. Either they gonna do it or they not gonna do it, right? Either they gonna step up and do something or they not gonna do something. But why are you people within this space, within our environment, immediately producing fears? And when the administration is telling you butt naked and raw, we here to do X, Y, and Z, they can't even process it. Is this really what we're doing? Yes. Like, yes. There is no deception. There's no secrets. This is what's going, and it's like they can't even process that shit. And I mean all sides, but they can't even handle, because everything is designed to be spin, right? Everything is designed a certain way. So when they're direct and straight, it disrupts everything. It's like, well, is this true? It's like, yeah, they just said it. Well, they can't say it because I need to be able to spin it. So if they say it, I can't even do what my function is to spin. But how can I spin when there is no, you know what I'm saying? So it's just funny on just so many levels of entertainment, because watching everybody kind of squirm, but at the same time, do what you got to do. Man, they pushing so much fear about. Like I told you, I don't want to get too into the the weeds necessarily unless we have to, but it's just funny that you're watching, this ship or this submarine or this is happening or that's happening, bro. Y'all gotta relax. You're good, right? You're in the empire. Don't worry about it. We the most advanced, sophisticated system. I don't even want to do it, DC. I don't even want to do it. I mean, what we doing right now? What we doing right now? At the end of the day, right? Doesn't matter if it's a quagmire. Doesn't matter if we get bogged down. Doesn't matter if it's a civil war. Doesn't matter if it doesn't mean anything. Doesn't matter. It does not matter, bro. How you want to do that? This is just how we happen to be living in a time, right? We're born in a time where we're in this particular position, and this is how it works. And no one's going to do nothing about it, and hasn't done nothing about it in 70 years or 80 years now, right? What is it, 80 years, 70 years, do you think?
Mm-hmm.
What they going to do? You can whine about this, complain. This president can come out and complain, and right, and the union, they can get together and complain, and you know what I'm saying? Like, people can be upset. They have to say certain things to the media to make them feel a certain way. But I'm gonna tell you, bro. I'll tell you. They don't know what to do with it. Because what I'm saying is that I just don't think the like you just said, right? Because we have an environment purposely structured. You live within in the 50 states or whatever. It is truly designed for the everyday person just to function. However you want to slice that, right? Exploit it, or them taking advantage of them trying to find whatever they're trying to find, just to function, right? To live a life or whatever, right? But once you start to get up to those levels to where we're the ones that dictate borders, we're the ones that dictate resources, we're the ones that need to do what we got to do to make X, Y, and Z happen for the next 100 years, 200 years. These people, I think there's a really big disconnect between those two spaces, right? And even people who have access to some of those powerful people, they just have access, but they don't have control, understanding, knowledge, background. And then even the ones that used to have the knowledge in the background who are talking, and they're saying what they're saying about whatever, they're in the past, right? They're not in charge right now. They're not in the future. They had a function, they did their function, and now they're back, you know what I'm saying, online or whatever they're doing, writing books or whatever. But even those folks won't really tell the raw, unfeathered truth of what it is, because I think if you don't have some level of deception, You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that does psychologically to people, right? Like, I think you want to have you have to have some level of, think about this, even former people won't say everything, right? They won't position things in a way to where they're like, well, look, bro, we can't tell y'all everything, right? But understand something. This is what y'all are. So do your job. This is what we do. Like, no one's, I cannot find that real hard conversation. People prefer to talk about conspiracy theories, right? Oh, I caught you. Oh, you lied about this in 1985, and who shot who? Right? Like, it seems like that's more of the heat where the energy is at, right? But like, on some level, if you start telling folks what they really are, you see what I'm saying? Like, I think that's where you can't commit to that, because I think you will start to lose. People will either get depressed or feel powerless. Like, you can't let that exist, I think, in our society. So you have to gaslight people. You have to motivate people. You have to spin things to make them feel a certain way, and that's critical, I think, to maintaining the empire. That's why it's always difficult for me and you to even try to have a conversation in a lot of ways, because people are in these weird headspaces with everything, and not really accepting what the reality of it is. And trust and believe me, that's one reason why people run to those other places, by the way, and talk about those people. They aggrandize them places, by the way. Mm-hmm. Oh, this is gonna happen. This is gonna fall. This is gonna rise. All that bull. Get out of here with that shit. Get out of here with that shit. But I think there's a comfort there. Same thing within our own place. We're talking about different things within our own place, RWS and stuff, where you have to believe, oh, it's gonna come to an end. People gonna get erased. They're gonna get deleted. It's like, yeah, okay. Good luck with that. That's some therapy bullshit church. You know what I'm saying? That's that try to get you to get your life type shit. You really don't want to have that true conversation though, because it's difficult.
Yeah, it's difficult.
And think about this. I think it's hard. Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. We're good.
Okay.
And the other thing is that just getting the feedback. I think getting the feedback. I lost my train of thought on the feedback. My bad. That threw me completely off just now. But go ahead. My bad. I've talked long enough anyway. Can you hear me?
Yeah. No. I was I'm trying to work my mind around sort of like what you're talking about, and in the resistance of that very thing of there has to be some form of acceptance to how deeply ingrained the system is. And then if you're going to be anti-system, or you're going to try to reform the said system, just understand that, you're going to still come out of it unsatisfied, or there are going to be people that's going to possibly be aligned with you that's going to be unsatisfied by it. That's the reason why the democratic position is always very difficult, because everything that gets so-called pushed a certain kind of way, it's always this left and right thing, when it's really a left. My left arm is doing this, my right arm is doing this, but it's part of the same body type of thing. And I don't know if people can handle the duality of that. There is a much deeper conversation, which we always get down to the doing part. That's the difficult part, because people want to stay in the ideological, it may be this thing, it may be that thing. But when somebody comes out and just says it directly to you about what they're going to do, even though this has been done, continuously. I mean, technically, America's never stopped imperialism. America's never stopped supporting Israel. America's never stopped doing these things that are considered atrocities, even at this very moment. It's just like what you said, is very loud. I am of the opinion that this hurts more than it helps, because of what you just said. People's minds just can't accept it, not on this kind of level.
So what ends up happening is that it causes more of an internal conflict within the country itself, the domestic side. So domestically, you have turmoil inside the system, even though the system is going to still probably reign supreme. It's an amoeba. It can adapt to harsh environments, and it can reign in plush environments. That's the way they have it now. Um, and until it falls, it falls. We don't know. Like I said, me and you don't. We don't really know what that is either. But from far as what we've seen, we have seen it get to the brink, and we've seen it push back and bounce back. I mean, people thought when the banks foreclosed, right? What happened? 2000, the 2000 grid. What happened? I mean, we have lived through these times. COVID just happened not too long ago.
Bro, forget all that. Forget all that shit. That ain't nothing. Nigga, we had nuclear war.
I know. I'm just not.
Fuck all that shit. Banks, get all that. Fuck the crashes. We had this thing called nuclear war.
That's still hard to believe, man. That's crazy, by the way. If they really did like a real movie about wiping off 250,000 souls in one day on the planet, then doubling back and doing it again, I mean, making an empire bend the knee, bro. A proud empire, a very powerful empire. Bend the knee and say, after 10,000 years, you got it. You got it, man. We used to think it was one way, but now clearly it's this way. Just to save the land masses. And then they rebuild it back, and then you just, you have to think through these things. That's why history is just important, just to have as a mental exercise to kind of work through.
I think the disconnect, though. I think the disconnect is we look. Me and you've been saying this. We got titles of our videos about we are warmongers.
Yes.
And so, like I keep telling people, if other places get out of line, however you want to slice that, we will respond to it. You're seeing what it looks like. That's all. And so, yeah, people get power and develop, and right, they do it. That's been happening for thousands of years, right? One day a society's barbarians, the next day they figured it out and organized, and you understand what I'm saying? Like, things happen, right? You're living within a time frame that's not coming to an end, by the way. You're living in nobody's lifetime listening, or their kids or grandkids' lifetime, by the way. You're living in a time you just don't understand how this works. You know how sometimes you get too close, you get too granular.
That's why
you're looking at population control number. You're looking at propaganda spin. You're looking at you look at the wrong things. You look at world. Remember something. Me and you both go back all the time. The world has never been under global surveillance, right? Like, certain things haven't existed. So when they evolve to what we call something else, I don't consider it falling. Things can evolve to other things. Again, I would put an unknown there. Remember, like in Sphere, unknown entry. I'll put an unknown there because from a global perspective, even if things evolve and you have smaller powers that get some access or some control in the future, I think it's gonna look very different than the fall of former empires, right? It's gonna look very different because of technology, innovation, etc., right? The Space Force, dealing with things outside of the globe itself, right? Like, I just think we are and have been moving to just an advanced new level, so that I don't know if it's easy to process. You know what I'm saying? When you're moving to a space that don't exist, because no one could have told you how, prior to nuclear weapons, what did the world's power dynamic look like? And then once you introduce this advanced technology, it's doing, we're every day, in my opinion, from the day that invention came about, that shapes every single day of our future. How do you predict that? Right? How do you predict it? So when people are out here saying, I'm like, well, what are people talking about? It's unknown. Now, 1,000 years ago or 2,000 years ago, on horseback with swords, you can study around the history and kind of get a grasp of, like, You know what I'm saying? But when that new technology is introduced, what happens? England takes over half the planet, right? You understand what I'm saying? Like these things are coming about and changing and doing things in a way to where even if you try to, it makes me question a lot of times when people are so hard, steadfast on their so-called, this is going to happen. I'm like, well, huh? Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you know what's happening with technology and what we're doing? And like I always tell you, if this place decided to say, you know what, we're out, right? We're out of the empire business. Yeah, we good with all that. We're gonna close down the Department of what is it called now? The Department of War. We're gonna close it all down. We're not gonna invite no other immigrants to America for technology. We're gonna shut down Silicon Valley. We're gonna let somebody else do it, and then we're gonna just buy it and just live in our own. Come on, bro.
But that's not real.
Retarded.
That's not
It's
true.
Retarded shit. It's retarded. It's all of it's retarded. It's all retarded. All right. We dictate the future. Is my whole point. We control the future. We dictate the future. You know what I'm saying? So we would decide what we're gonna like watching us express the power. Like you said, I think it's difficult to process it, right? It's if some president or whoever comes in, we're going to take this or take that. We're going to go over here and do X, Y, and Z. Either you do it or you don't. And either you stop it or you negotiate or what, or just give it up. And I think what's so funny about it is that this is how it got shaped over here not that long ago. Like, it's just a funny thing. We are everything it is. Like, there's no way out of that. It's just funny to me. That's all I'm saying. And a lot of these old powers, bro, they ain't with it, bro. I'm telling you, they not built like people think that they built.
Oh, no.
I find that hilarious, by the way.
No, that's a fact, man. I mean, anytime the smoke get risen to a certain level, man, you see how quickly somebody bends or even turn over their own people. Like the old president, like, hey, here he is, right here. He over here.
That's right.
He in there. He in there. No smoke, bro. No mas. Roberto the Red, right. Like, yo, he in there, man. Go get him. Listen, I wish that
you get some new technology that no one's ever seen before. That's the only way it happens.
But
and that's unknown.
But no, I'm saying you can escalate that, but everybody knows what that's world ending. That's you doing stuff to end this is to cataclysmic type of event happening.
Right.
And when that happens, then none of this matters anyway. The internet, none of this matters.
Exactly.
So, it gets back to square one. I'm just really trying to ask, like, what is the best? But I'm saying, what's the best way to manage human beings and have
you're watching it happen?
Not this way though, Paradox. In my opinion,
this is the way. This is the way.
Not oversharing, bro.
Now you're fantasizing.
No.
This is the way.
Different. No, I'm different on that level because this is over.
This is the way.
This is over.
If it was another way, it'll be that way.
This is
this is the way.
No. Listen, what I'm saying.
You don't have to like it.
Has
it
it changed?
Feel bad,
But Paradox,
you can go home in your nice, comfortable home in America and relax and be comfortable. Yeah, okay.
But Paradox, has it actually changed? Are we doing anything significantly different than what we always have done in this particular country? Regardless of the spin. I'm saying the
goal here is to maintain my country, my health, my safety, my protection. I need resources. I need X, Y, and Z. So what are you asking me?
What I'm saying to you, and I think you just confirmed it, okay?
And we got to do what we got to do to get what we got to get, and it's always been that way. That's a fact. Everything else, though, is bullshit. Lucky Charms, popcorn, candy cane, bullshit. Aside. The way you was raised with all that nonsensical fairy tale, irrelevant shit that don't mean shit has rotted everybody's brain in this country to get you to function as an everyday person, but that ain't reality.
But that is what I'm saying. Why give?
I need oil, gold, diamonds, iron ore, palladium, cobalt. That's what I need. I need cheap labor, slave labor, right? I need all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I need all of it.
So
be it women, be it sex trafficking, whatever it is, right? This is what it looks like. This is the reality that you live in. Anything outside of that is fantastical, church, religion, popcorn, Lucky Charms bullshit, fantasy, irrelevant shit that is completely psychotic. Actually, it's damn near psychotic, to be honest with you.
So you're saying that there's not different ways to manage populations?
I don't know anything about that. I know what we're doing. Anything outside of it is abstract, academic, popcorn.
Hold on.
I'm just talking about what we're doing. You telling me something? Are we talking about fantasy right now, or what we're actually living? Because what we're living is what's actually happening. I want to live in that space. Everything else to me is fantasy.
But I'm saying,
guess what? America does it, right? Oh, democracy, and we're gonna fa la la and Christmas and come on, bro. We know
that's what I'm saying.
Come on,
it is a way to balance this thing out. It can't go back to what it was, but it doesn't have to.
What
go
is that?
all
We're
the way to. No, I'm talking about the sugar, the sugary stuff.
We're poisoning whales.
No,
we're murdering people on mass scale. What are we talking about right now? Shit. We're making the whole world sit there and watch Israel mass murder people in pajamas, bro, and they gonna sit. Y'all gonna sit there and watch it and do nothing. That's what I'm talking about.
What I'm saying to you is that there can be a way to manage this better than what is being managed right now. The way that it's being managed right now.
That's above my pay grade. I don't know.
The way it's being managed right now will always form a resistance to this and that, because what we're trying to get people to get to is to live in reality, right? Okay, this is the kind of country that we are. Okay, we are this. We are imperialist, globalist, monarchists. We'll take over. We think you're doing a bad job running your show over there. We will dictate to you to stand down, or we'll just take it. Okay.
Yeah, been doing it forever.
But I'm saying that has never really significantly changed. The messaging has changed. Okay. So that's what I'm telling you. I don't know if this brand of messaging of the so-called American imperialism project is effective to keep the so-called domestic mindset.
It's all in check. It's all in check. That's it's already done.
All right,
it's done.
In my opinion, in my opinion, this causes. No, I'm saying in my opinion, this causes too much of a duality within the country. It does.
Hold on. I shouldn't have to prove it to you because you already know. Who are you talking about? No, but these clowns nobody's gonna do nothing. These everyday civilians listen to this call. People all over this country. What are you talking about? Who's about to do something? Do what? What are you talking about? They're okay. They're going to work every day. They're paying their bills. What are you talking about? Are you fantasizing again?
No, I'm not.
It is working. It is working. It does work. It does work. You can feed into the political bullshit that's out there, but that's not. Okay. People going. What are we talking about right now? You think when we've ever done anything we've ever done, no matter how crazy it is, people in this country, everyday people are going to just do their job. That hasn't changed. Where is that not? That's not a thing yet. It doesn't matter. Matter of fact, it doesn't matter how totalitarian this particular government gets in this country. People still comply. I can give you a recent example, but I'm not. They will comply on mass scale, 90, 95, 98%, 99%.
I agree. They say you come out.
So what are we talking about right now?
Out at 10 o'clock tomorrow.
We're trying to play with these people, bro. I'm not here to make nobody feel I'm not trying to make nobody feel good. There is no outs here. You ain't gonna be able to get no popcorn stuff going on. Nah, we're not doing that. We are murderous, savage civilization, and we are a part of it. And that's the world that we live in. And you can pretty that shit up however you want. To go to church, put a suit on, talk to your whatever, however you want to pretty it up, right? You can go to some marches, you can go to some kind of events, so like we're gonna protect the earth and we're gonna do it. Come on, bro. But it's just fucking retarded. It's retarded American, like suburban kind of like bullshit talk, upper class, fantastical nonsense, bro.
This is not about the upper class, man. Very, very opposite of it.
Shit.
What I'm
The
saying
upper class,
to you,
the upper class tells the lower class what to do, bro. Come on now, let's stop that. They dictate. We follow.
Do we have elections? So you're saying we shouldn't have elections anymore? Let me go there. So should we still have elections?
What?
I'm asking you a question.
What is what I just say got to do with elections? We are all in on what we do.
Because you say that we will swallow anything.
We elected a president who's doing what we want him to do. So what are you talking about elections? What's that got to do with anything? Do you not know what this is? Election does not connect to fantastical thinking about utopia. That's bullshit. That's not what this is. That's the problem, though, is that people are thinking what you're thinking. That's the nonsense.
No, this is not about being in. That's why I allowed you to speak. This is not about being in any kind of paradise.
You just said, should we do elections? Like you think elections is some kind of abstract thing that's all about utopian love. No. We love each other. No wars. Let's go hug some trees and shit and don't kill animals. What the fuck are we talking about right now?
See, you go all the way. You go all the way to the tree hugging. Bethesda, Silver Spring, Tacoma. No,
I'm plugged into everything. This is what I do every day.
But
so most of this shit is bullshit talk.
But that is
we do what we do. We do what we do, bro.
That's not what I said to you. I'm saying if there is a situation where we've seen the Supreme Court stress out certain things and be more involved politically than we have seen them in the recent past. Right? So what I'm saying is that if it gets thrown to the courts. Somebody saying, "Well, I don't think we are in a good position."
You're confusing processes and procedures with something. I think though, the Western world is built on processes and procedures. And when things aren't being, and for our minds to understand a lot of things, it needs to go through certain processes and procedures. And when those things get a bit disrupted, you can have those local standard conversations about, are we following certain things a certain way? Is it constitutional? Do we feel like what we're doing is legal or illegal? Yeah, you can get into some of those, into the weeds of some of that. Hey, you can talk that all day long, but I can give you example after. I don't even want to waste the time though. Why do I have to do that? Example after example after example. That at the end of the day, brass tacks, when the rubber meets the road, right? All those statements, right? Look at what actually happens. Left-leaning court, right-leaning court. Should I pick a time frame? I can pick a decade. We can do left-leaning, right-leaning courts, right? We can do, what the president doing legal or illegal? Should he be impeached, not impeached? Should we be in this country or not in this country? Should our military be this big or that? I mean, what are we doing right now? Because no matter what the courts are, do you want me to dictate how many countries we're in right now? You want me to start in 1945 and walk through each decade and look at what we've done regardless of the court systems or elections or philosophies and what we force nations to do either way? Which one do you want to pick here? Because it's like you're trying to give some space to something that I don't think really exists necessarily. It's more of a thought experiment. Am I wrong about that?
Yeah, you're wrong about that. I think that.
Okay.
I think that we have seen real time this particular president deny constitutional protocol. I mean, just off standard. But he has the power to do that because he is stressed the presidency to it. Hold on.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hold on. No. I'm not getting into the weeds.
Yeah,
okay, you don't think you don't think there's a possibility to where this man says if he's healthy enough, which I don't think he will be, but if he's healthy enough to remain in office, that he says, you know what, I think I should remain for another 2 to 3 years to stabilize the country a little bit more.
Sure.
You don't see anything wrong with that?
Well, we'll come to that when we have to come to that.
So why did it seem like what I was talking about was some kind of fantasy guff or something like that? Why did you say that?
Because you just gave me a hypothetical. I don't know what's about to happen in 2 or 3 years from now. What are we talking about right now?
I'm not giving you a hypothetical. People have already talked
People have
about
wanted.
the
First of all,
possibility
he won't be the first president to have more than 2 terms. Number one. Number two, it's not like he's the first president that didn't want another term. So I don't. What are we talking about right now?
Do you know why that was the case, though? Do you know why they wanted to end that? Because they don't want forever wars. They don't want forever wars. They don't want to be in conflict.
How long have we been in war? How long have we been in war with Russia in the USSR? How long?
Do you think they would? You think we would have been?
How long has conflict?
Hold on. You think without new ways of running this particular country, you don't think that's not a good thing?
Running this country.
I'm sorry. No. That's a misnomer. You don't think a new way of managing the population of this country is good for this particular country? Different personalities.
It's bigger than that, bro.
I know that. Because we're gonna do. Hold on, we're gonna do what we're going. Hold on,
come on, bro.
We're gonna do what we're going to do.
We're talking about the Western world. It's bigger than civilians whining about who the fuck is the president. It's bigger than that.
No, you have to listen to what I'm saying to you, man.
I'm trying to listen, but I can't hear you.
This is see, because that's what I'm saying. You're talking about practicality. I don't think that everything has to be known. There's too much of this. Like certain things need to remain national security. It don't need to be for public consumption because it's too much confusion.
Fair enough. Now that's fair. Yeah, that's what I started out.
Well, that's what I'm saying to you.
Yeah. You want deception. You want propaganda.
No.
To kind of keep the public under control.
You don't have to call it deception. It's about managing your population. No. It's deception when it's too far. When you're too far to all we're about is democracy.
Do you think a mom?
No, man.
Do you think a mom in the suburbs somewhere? Do you think she understands?
Bro.
Do you think she has the capacity to try to process what we did in Venezuela? The answer is no. So I don't know what you're actually talking about. Are you talking about the people who run shit, saying. Or are you talking about everyday people? I need to know the difference. I need to know who you're talking about.
I'm talking about
there's two very different things here.
Hold on, I'm talking about everyday people. I'm not talking about people that know everything about what's going on because they know what they have to do. So what are you
concerned about with everyday people besides them doing their fucking job? What else are they here for?
Because the way that you do things and you operate and the way you disseminate that
information. Did anybody stop working when we attacked? When we got Mandora,
it still rots from the
Mandora,
inside.
Did any American stop working?
People
they stopped going to work.
Have to resist all at one time.
Did they go out and? There is no resistance. There doesn't exist. That's all bullshit.
True.
Ain't no
resistance. Not true,
Come on,
man.
stop, bro. Stop.
In the 60s,
what are we talking about?
In the 60s, there was no resistance. There was no resistance in the 60s.
No,
and they didn't change.
No, all propaganda.
Bruh, that is not propaganda. We had an impeachment. That is not propaganda, bruh.
Nah.
There was a whole Richard Nixon situation that went on here in this country.
And what did it stop?
Because you know what it did.
The military got bigger. The CIA got more funded. The FBI got more funded. We created more agencies. We got more surveillance. We got. What are we talking about right now?
I'm talking about.
We're one of the highest surveillance nations on the planet. What are we talking about right now? We're more militarized. It's more out loud. It's more open.
From the Bay of Pigs, which basically almost caused World War III, right? The Bay of Pigs. Remember the nuclear weapons that Russia? No, I'm saying I'm talking about open war, fighting, resistance at the border continuously. The Bay of Pigs, that type of situation. When that went down with John F. Kennedy into Lyndon, into basically dealing with Nixon and all them, this country had to shift to a more kind of, we're going to sell you the 1980s, which was the big lie, because the lie was started by Reagan and them. No, we're this laissez-faire, we're this great benevolent country.
Again, you're talking propaganda. Who cares about that? We got Cuba under our thumb, Russia under our thumb, Venezuela, Colombia. These people are under our control. The third world is under. What are you talking about, right? That's like that fucking news spin shit.
It's not. How am I spending
this happened then.
Tell me how am I spending it?
He got impeached. What are we talking about right now? That's just standard operating procedure. That's day-to-day shit. That's paperwork you're talking about right now.
You telling me if Nixon remained in office that this country wouldn't be different? Wouldn't be different.
Be different in what? What do you mean be different?
The people.
Different in what way?
The way the people look at this. The way the people view America.
You're telling me that we will be more empire? Is there more empire?
Listen,
What are we talking about right now?
I'm not talking about America.
We're talking about how
I'm
everyday
talking about
people
managing.
feel.
Exactly.
They're managed.
Exactly.
They're
If
managed.
you can manage people
They're
better,
managed.
you don't, dude. It's just like
Better
having a
than
supervisor.
what?
It's just like having a supervisor at a job, having a
You
new director.
only,
You know this.
you only
Leadership
manage.
counts. Leadership
People are
counts.
being managed.
Paradox.
But they're
Leadership.
being managed. They're
Paradox.
managed. What are you talking about? They're managed.
Leadership
But they're
counts.
managed.
Paradox. No,
They're
but
managed.
what
They're
I'm
managed.
saying is, if it rots from the inside, the certain people
There's
stop
nothing
believing in
rotting.
so
That's fantastical
Ooh.
talk. It's not real. All that's bullshit.
Really? Okay.
That's
now,
all
see,
bullshit.
Now, we
That's all
definitely,
bullshit. That's
we're
bullshit
definitely,
talk.
that is not
It's bullshit.
bullshit
What's
talk.
rotting? What are you talking about?
How? If you have
rotting?
people, hold on, if you have people here that don't no longer believe in the so-called American experiment, don't believe anything, don't believe in politicians, bruh. Period. On both sides, they don't believe in the left or the right. They think it's all nonsense. It's all the same.
You're speculating.
I'm talking about.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about real live,
dude.
real
Kamala
live.
Harris and Donald Trump got 180 million votes. What the fuck are you talking about right now? What are you talking about? Trump has ran for office he's been running for office for 12 years. What are we talking about right now?
Ask the average person about politics, man, they are disillusioned by it. You know why?
Always.
Because they do
and
not
forever. And what? Again, what are we talking about right now?
Missing my point.
This is not. You're political scientist. Come on now. You know good and well that most folks don't know politics, don't understand politics, don't have understanding of politics. And matter of fact, you live in a country,
bro. We don't have to be in this loop. We don't have to be in this left,
right
loop.
The loop of the empire?
No. Empire is what it is. It rises and it falls. It is what it is, man. We are in an empire, period, point blank, period. They're going to do nasty things around the world to remain in charge of the empire. That doesn't matter if it's so-called Obama talking about hope, keep hope alive in office, or if you got Trump talking about grabbing by the pussy.
It sounds like you're doing a keep up alive speech to me right now.
I am not. I'm telling you how to manage populations, which is madly important. That is almost important.
It's being managed.
No, bro. It's being mismanaged.
It's being managed.
I'm telling you, it's being mismanaged.
You're confused.
Dude, I'm not confused. How am I confused? Tell me how am I confused? Tell me on what I'm confused about.
The statement you just said. If you think things are being mismanaged because some people are butthurt or sensitive about certain things at a cultural level or at a civilization level, it's fucking hysterical.
That is not.
You clearly not paying attention.
That is not what I said to you. I clearly said to you.
You sound like a fucking YouTuber.
Wow, that's disrespectful, man. We better than that, man. Come on, man.
Well, you got to give it to me straight then. I just know what you're talking about.
I'm giving it to you straight. I'm talking to you regularly. You know
sounds
me.
Too familiar to me.
Hold on, man. Come on, man. You know me. You know
how
I
familiar.
think. You know. No.
Oh, I know how you actually think, but that's not what you're saying right now. You're talking about some shit that I don't understand.
No,
man.
If
you think that this society is not being managed and not making its adjustments to maintain control, you're crazy.
I'm saying there's a better way to manage
real time.
It's a better way of managing it. You don't have to manage this way.
When people in this country want space, what do? They whine about it, they bitch about it, they get somebody elected, they get they get a little bit of taste of what they want, they're fine. What are we talking about right now? Ain't nobody gonna really do nothing, bro. Come on, bro.
This recycling.
I mean, if this president ain't proven, if this president, more than any other in history, this country, is not proven, what I'm saying is not fact.
Do you believe there's some elected officials, man, that don't support Israel that's elected under United States of America? Do you believe that?
No.
So why can I not be effectively, basically, processed to America?
They got to support Israel. They're one of our allies.
I know that, but why is that? Why do people think that there is such this big opposition to the nation of Israel? And not looking at it for what it is, because it is like the 52nd state. It's basically part of the United States. Look at it,
propaganda, bro. Propaganda.
But
propaganda. A lot of people a lot of players here. A lot of mind control. A lot of people that play here. If you get sucked into a lot of that shit, you might believe certain things. But at the end of the day, everybody in the world is looking for support. They're looking for collaboration, right? They're looking for, trying to find their space. And you do whatever you have to do to get that space, no matter what you're up to doing. And your job is to spin it trying to get some kind of control over it, to push out as much propaganda as possible. I don't know what they got to do what we're talking about. I don't understand.
Do you remember the Matrix? Right? I hate using this movie. What did the architect say? What did the architect say to the Oracle? What did he say to it?
Ooh, boy, I should know better. I should know. I don't remember. I should know that though.
So you remember when they were talking about managing populations, because really it's management, right? So you can just put this in the political kind of sphere of what's going to give you the best output. Hold on. It doesn't matter. We're going overall here. What's going to give me the best output? Because what ends up happening.
The first one too, they were hanging out. Was it the first one? It ended the first one hanging out together. Yeah.
The first one didn't really go. It went into it in a little bit.
They gave you just a taste.
Yeah, it gave you the Oracle side.
It's like, damn, Oracle, you hanging out with the fucking architect? What the hell is going on?
No, that's the third one. I think that's Revolutions.
Was that the Revolution?
Because at the end of the day,
that was the third one. Yeah.
At the end of the day, you have the logical side, and then you have the so-called emotional side, trying to find balance. There is a balance that needs to be here. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Paradox. When you swing all the way to one side, it doesn't work. And you swing all the way to the other side, it doesn't work.
I think you're giving the population. I think because of maybe our First Amendment or whatever, our so-called freedom and the freedom of the movement in America, I think you're probably confused because of that feature that we have here. I think when the real things have to take place, people comply at the end of the day, bro. Everything else honestly is just noise, to be honest with you. I don't know how else to put that. I mean, we can select countries all over the world where people have populations 3 and 4 times the size of this population, and they're managed, no matter how they feel, no matter what they're part of, no matter what subset of languages they speak or beliefs they have or whatever. At the end of I don't even know where to start with that, because I mean, people are in check. Like, we here now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're here. Like these people around the world, they don't have that. They ain't got it like that. They're not picking up nothing to do nothing. Like, it's checked. So everything else is entertainment. The last time I checked, no. So the rest of it is entertainment, right? Or am I missing something?
I think that where we're missing each other is that I'm saying that whatever the management is always a part of the discussion when you're dealing with human beings. It's almost like in a family. Everybody don't have to be treated harshly or the same to a degree. Mm-hmm. Like, you manage populations based off what makes them the most viable for the overall group and the overall environment. That's what I'm trying to get at. Like, what's going to get these people moving in a more positive direction? I do believe resistance basically grows in silence. It does. It grows in silence at first, because at the end of the day, people know, well, I can't go up against the police state. Of course, that's why you have it there. But then,
right,
as we talked about it, if you enforce it all the time, then that means that it's always a threat. That means that these are like the agents. If you're in the Matrix, right? Say, like, okay, in the Matrix, right? Say we in the Matrix for real. You know why they could get away with these agents kind of every once in a while, popping off on people? Because those were the people that were aware, right, in the Matrix. So these are like the anomalies. So we'll say that's like 0.00000.1 of the population,
right?
Which was so-called on a Nebuchadnezzar. They're plugged in. So you talk about 5 people or 6 or 7 people out of 7 billion souls plugged up into a battery, which is what you're talking about, right? It's the overall overcast, right? But it still has to be managed, though, Paradox, because guess what? When they said that the system rejected it,
what I said was that it is managed.
What the architect said, he said, look, we gave them everything. We gave them everything that they wanted, and it didn't seem real enough because the resistance was not there, the balance was not there. It threw everything off, which was basically talking about the balance, and everything kind of fell into a loop where these human beings, we had to basically develop a more realistic crop, a reality loop, to where people can kind of equilibrium and still have their struggle and still kind of climb up the ladder or whatever you want to call it, and do these certain things. It's almost like that. It's a philosophical discussion, and it's mixed in with politics too, because it goes back to the Plato theory and all this. Right, what do you see out? What you see in the cave?
It's keeping monkeys busy. I got you.
Come on, man. See, why you gotta do that, man? That's what I'm saying, man. That's not necessary.
I'm just trying to keep it simple.
But that's not necessary.
You're trying to get all philosophical.
No, I'm not trying to get, because we're human. We're human beings. No. We're human beings connected through a mental experience around the world globally. But we all experience it differently due to our experiences on this planet and who we think that we are on this planet. Just like how we have a lens through race, right? We have a racial lens, correct?
Of course.
Okay, then. So we have a racial lens, then of course what we see, even though we're seeing the same thing, is going to be completely different than what somebody else may see that's coming from a different racial lens. That's what I'm trying to tell you. These things can be managed.
Perspective is very important.
Yes, exactly. But these things can be managed in a way to where it doesn't have to be this so-called destructive loop of bad, good, this and that. No, you can't. You have to be able. You have to be able to see the duality in both sides and come to we have to see. We have to see things for what they are and be like, you know what? That is a reality. You can't just blatantly say a lie out. That's a blatant lie. Like if we're starting to see things where people are saying, well, this happened, and we're basically trying to mind mode people. Now, when you the Minnesota situation with ICE.
Hold on. I was getting ready to bring that up.
Minnesota,
that ain't true.
Right. Minnesota thing, and they said what they said. Now you telling me that's the paradox, man. Listen what I'm saying though, please, bro.
That is a perfect example of what I'm talking about, by the way. Is that you're giving way too much credit to the audience and to people in the world. You're giving regular people way too much credit, bro.
People subconsciously do this. This is not giving credit to the audience, man. This is people subconsciously do this. They subconsciously get embroiled into their environment. And you know who knows this more than anybody else? Are those few that we're talking about that are plugged into everything that is true. Those are the ones that know.
What I mean about the experiment that we're having with this current administration, what I keep telling you about, is that it's showing you everything. It's showing it to you. So I don't have to hypothesize about anything, or speculate about anything, or wonder about anything. When that bitch got smoked, I'm gonna tell you what happened.
Come on, Paradox.
Noam came out and said domestic terrorist, and the leader of the free world came out and said she ran over the dude and he in the hospital. Guess what? The world keep turning.
Did that happen though?
It don't matter, does it?
Oh, come no. I really
what it shows you. It's showing, like I keep telling you, same with the COVID shit. I keep on going back.
No,
I'm trying to tell you what it's showing you, and what you're doing is doing what a lot of these people online does, and the media does, and these academics do, and trying to like make something. I'm like, are y'all not?
That's
you
foul,
can't
man.
accept. You can't accept it.
Don't do that.
It is hard to accept the real.
How am I not the person?
Told you
I'm
this.
the one.
You use the Matrix, which is buying #1 movie. It told you.
I'm the one to talk about the destructive loop.
Accept reality. I'm Morpheus. You can't accept reality, Neo.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit, and you know it. No, I do, but I also still know. What
did Morpheus say?
When he merged,
I can't wake y'all up. You can't take it. You can't take it. Put me back in the machine. I'd rather be there. Those are your followers on this channel. Those are the people on the internet. Those are these dumb motherfuckers that's online right now. Is that they think something, it's wrong. They're stupid. But they can make money, get clicks from it. Wrong. Dumb. Wasting your time, worrying about shit that don't matter, chasing bullshit that don't mean shit. It's hysterical to me. Oh, the civilization is gonna come to an end, and if this happens and that happens, and if these people show bullshit, it's so much bigger and more powerful than any of that shit, and people can't see it because it's like I told you, it's very difficult to accept. I understand. Trust me, I understand. It's hard to live in the reality and try to have your mind at a level to where you understand that people have tried to do all sorts of things. It's futile, period. And unless the powers that be implement something, choose to put something in place, you have to just deal with it.
Do you
And
think
like
people
you
should
just
know?
said,
Hold on. Do
the
you
way
think people
they
should know
deal,
that?
way they
Hold
would
on.
deal with it is
I'm glad
by
you got that.
manifesting false realities to run
Can I pause
around
you
and
here?
hide behind and push different bullshit, low level agendas about whatever it might
Excuse me,
be.
Paradox. Excuse me, Paradox. Can I interject real quick?
Sure.
So we got to the same place. I want to stay here, okay? Right here, where we talked about the so-called unfiltered truth, okay? Why still try to kind of like manage things that are like not true? Because like I said, you have to push it to the side of when we see things, we have to be able to accept certain things. You have to. Wrong or whatever is perceived to be wrong by the general so-called population in this particular paradigm needs to be able to be reviewed and basically justified and not gaslit as not seeing what that really is. Because if you're starting to do that, then that means that you're really going into the deception hole on the so-called authoritarian side, very heavy, very, very heavy, which means that now we're moving into a whole different kind of group kind of dynamics to me, which is very, very dangerous. That's why I said that we're still doing the same things, but we're managing in such a way to where, no, you didn't see that. No, that didn't really happen. Why not? Because I said so. Now say something else, and then I'm gonna bust your head on this particular payment. I'm saying when it gets closer to trying to control people on that kind of level, where they don't basically acquiesce to the control, that's where the resistance lies. And it lies in silence at first because it's not going to feel right to human beings. You don't have to be a genius to start to feel that pull. You don't. People can see it faster than others, but you don't have to be a genius to start to see the resistance. That's why the 60s is such an example of that. That's management, dog. That's what I'm telling you, bro. When we came out of the 60s, they had a way of trying to make, when we was growing up, Ronald Reagan, we knew that wasn't really what DC was, or this wasn't really what America was, and all this what milk and honey, this and that other. But it massaged the people's brains to try to believe in this so-called utopia. But it went too far. It went too far. We couldn't handle all the immigration that the Panamas and the Cuba and all that kind of basically embroiled, and then the Iran country, because all of it still came out at the end of the day, because there are procedures in place to try to kind of make you tell or spill some of the beans that you don't want to spill. Because like I said, it's still management. Government is constantly managing the population. You know this. That's why we got police departments everywhere. We're the most managed population on earth.
Who's disputing that?
We are. No, I'm saying some people believe we're the freest, but no, we're the most managed. We're the most managed. If you really look at it, a police department in every jurisdiction, no matter how large or how small that particular jurisdiction is in this particular United States of America, has some kind of lawful jurisdiction. Yeah. That should tell you you're not living free and above the so-called law of the land, so to speak. You can kind of isolate yourself. You can kind of be alone to yourself somewhere. You could try that, but still, there is certain things in place to kind of make sure that you will back in.
You need. We need. Let me say you need, but we need systems. So, I mean, that's what we're built upon. That's what we've been born into. So yeah. So you got to have order, no matter if you're in Alaska or in the Arctic Circle. Doesn't matter. You still have to rely on certain things at the end of the day to operate within the system. But I don't think me and you disagree with that, though. Do we disagree with that?
No, I think we disagree with the management part, which is probably always we're gonna always
the management part. Yeah.
You think that
I don't think we disagree with that, because everything you said I agree with.
Well, what is this whole thing about? I believe in.
I just think that there's levels. I think there's levels to it. That's all I'm trying to say, and that we can always. I was saying that early on. We can always have a conversation about the legalese and the paperwork and the processes and certain individual moments they get exposed, be it the Vietnam War, be it Iran Contra or whatever, right? You can kind of focus in on certain moments in time to use that maybe as an example. But from a broader perspective, from a more collective perspective, my point is that things are being managed. It'd be different if we were doing a live podcast, like we were doing this live podcast in a tunnel underground somewhere saying, man, the world was this, now it's this, now we got, that's not reality though. That's all I'm trying to say, is that we are managed. We're being managed, and it is what it is. It's done. Like I keep telling you, is that there's examples of the example. It doesn't really matter what happens. Look at how the average American, or all levels of Americans, look at how they behave in crisis. Look at how they behave when certain events happen, and who dictates what they care about, what they don't care about, what impacts them, what makes them even aware of. There's millions of Americans who don't know what's going on around the world, or even if we went to Venezuela, it's millions of people who do not know that information as far as everyday citizens, right? So I mean, there is I think people, like you said, if you're trying to have a following on YouTube or Instagram or Twitter or Twitch or TikTok or Rumble or Truth Social or wherever the fuck you are, right? Parler, whatever, you're out here on these fringe networks, Band TV with Alex Jones. If you're out here in these spaces listening to a lot of bullshit that's out there, that's one thing. I get that, because you're in the mix. But just everyday people, I just don't. I'm watching them. That's all I'm trying to. I mean, you are too, right? Like,
yes.
It's just not a thing at the end of the day, bro. Now, I would tell you this.
You don't think people are disillusioned? You don't think people are disillusioned?
Oh fuck, that's all bullshit. Okay. I would say that it would be that's fantastical.
So that's where.
Okay.
Yeah,
oh, that's just bullshit. I mean, I'll be honest with you, bro. If you sit back and really think about it, your own personal life, your friends, your family, your neighbors, everyday people. I mean, just really sit around and think about it. Look at some of the numbers when you watch, say, the NFL today, or if you watch college sports, or you watch. Just look around. Just look around. Like, I can't make this shit up. Go to the clubs. Like, I can't make it up. Motherfuckers don't. Whatever people are talking about, as far as, if we do the classes of people, and then when you narrow it down to like political class, academia, the media class, and you elevate up to the billionaire class, the donor class, and then the high level security class, and then the high level military class. As you work through all those different spaces, and those different mechanisms are having different functions they have to deliver on a global scale. When you come right back down to the guy who's watching the NFL this weekend, right? For me and you, what I'm trying to understand from you is that, what disillusion if you get 100 million viewers watching sports when is the Super Bowl? February 4th or whatever, 2nd or some shit? Those things aren't connecting to me. Like, you're saying one thing, but in reality, I'm seeing something different. So I would tell you this though: if we got bombed, if we got invaded, if our water supply was destroyed on a global scale, on a national scale, if our electricity was destroyed on a national scale, then me and you can have another conversation at that moment to see how people respond to that. Now, we've had a global event, and we saw how the world responded. And guess what I learned? Nobody rose up to do a goddamn thing. They bent that knee and said, "Government, please help me." Should I start listing the countries out? Nigeria, Italy, Germany, the U.S., Canada, Japan, Thailand. You want to keep going? You mean all 500 countries? Whatever y'all need us to do, whatever y'all say. Opportunistic. This is opportune time, right? Some of the major powers may be supposedly a little faulty. You can take something right now. You can invade. You can do something. You can whatever. No, come on, bro. Nothing happened. It's just bullshit talk, bro. You don't think so? Fantastical shit that these common motherfuckers are talking about all the time. Even the writers of books and philosophers and on all levels, it's all it's nonsensical. It's bullshit talk at the end of the day, because we've had events where if you was gonna do what you was gonna do on any level, you would be doing it. It ain't happening. bruh. It's organized. It's controlled. It's managed. Be it them protesting for Vietnam, be it them protesting for 9/11, be it them protesting for George Floyd. I can pick anything. It's orchestrated. A lot of this, none of this, it's just not what you're saying. It's not real. It's just not really happening. It's fantastical fucking thinking.
It does.
No, it's not. It's bullshit. It's academic. It's nonsensical shit.
Barack Obama was elected. Okay, he was elected. Why do you think he was elected in this country?
I don't know. You tell me, bro.
No, you tell me.
I don't
you know everything. You tell me what you tell me what you think.
He's a Democrat that ran and got the vote.
No, man, no. That's too easy. Too easy.
How you want me to do it?
Let's go easy. Let's go deep.
You ain't gonna let me guess like that bullshit. I ain't gonna do that.
I'm going to catch you in your own loop.
I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. I'll just say this.
Well, why do
you had 8 years? You had 8 years of Bush.
Don't play me. What
you talking about?
But see, no,
you're talking about politics again, bro. But Obama don't fucking matter at the end of the day. He's just another. On to the next one.
It's not.
My point is that.
Hold on. It does matter in the sense of how he's viewed and how he's viewed as far as managing this country.
But today, white folks feel good. Like, what are we talking about? What you want to pick?
No.
What you want to pick? The man was bought off by ExxonMobil. He was bought off by fucking Merrill Lynch. He's just another person that's doing what he's doing. Like, what are we talking about right now? You trying to drag me down to what? Because we can elevate it. You want to elevate it, get to the real shit, or you want to get to the bullshit race, he's black, and they want to put a black person? What are we talking about right now? Or you want to talk about the real shit? The real shit is that Obama is another. He is another high level attribute to the environment that he completely complied to. Hard stop. Anything outside of that is the shit I've been talking about. It's the bullshit. It's the window dressing. It's the feel good, nonsensical, irrelevant shit.
Why not let Romney
or the bank gave the man $1 billion to run in his first and second term? What are we talking about right now? He allowed the bill to be passed for companies and for money to be people and shit. What do we even? He did not get rid of the pay. I don't even want to do this. I don't want to do this. We're not doing this. Do not bring that shit up to me about that motherfucker, bro. I mean, what are we talking about right now? You act like he's some fucking anomaly to the system or something. He is not me,
like
motherfucker.
He's some kind of anomaly. I'm saying that he was used as management. That's it. To get certain things.
They're all used as management. It's the fucking president. Exactly. What does that even mean? What does that mean, though? But what does that mean? What are you bringing it up for? What's the point?
What I'm trying to say is that it causes a duality in this country that is unhealthy. Okay. Then that's where we split on that.
That's fantastical thinking.
Yeah, that's not fantastical, man. That's not fantastical.
Then explain it. I'll be quiet.
What I'm saying is that this particular country has a dual kind of left, right, evil, good, bad guy, good guy, slave narrative, anti-slave narrative, and all of these people are part of the same so-called amoeba or the body, which is the government. We all have to live here, right? So what ends up happening is that when you cause these things to get played so far to one side, see, because like I said, it was the left-leaning so-called bullshit, the gay guys kissing in every movie, or women doing this, women doing that, the women's lib movement, cutting off certain power dynamics, the family being broken apart. People are attributing this to a certain time period, right? Which means that they want to try to go back to what it was before, or what they deemed as what it was before, which was still problematic because it was too far to the so-called limiting space of what women could do. They couldn't work. They didn't have a credit card, couldn't have a bank statement, couldn't do certain things. That's what I mean. When the pendulum swings so far from one side to one other side to the other, that's where things get kind of mixed construed. So you put in a so-called personality that is deemed in the middle or moderate, where they don't talk in extreme kind of narratives, and you manage the country properly that way. That's what I mean by that. Forget race. I'm talking about Obama used as that particular beacon of hope, bringing back hope again, because people started to get disillusioned, that word again, with the country. We just came out of the so-called Saudi Arabia, and I'm not talking about anything happening revolutionary at this particular point, but I'm saying when you have silent dissent, people to start to kind of like check out, and they don't really participate in the so-called political movements anymore. then that's when you start to get this kind of thing. But we're radicalized now, so we're probably participating a little bit more, but we're more radicalized. We're more dual. We're not talking to each other. We have two different streams of realities here in this particular country. Multiple, really, more than two, but two main ones in particular, because they diverge into so-called what they call the far right, and then they diverge in what they call the far left. Neither one of those are basically operational to run in the country, right? Even though we have one, which right now is basically leaning more to one side or the other, but it still kind of ices out the so-called other side because they're not listening. And that's the problem. That's what I mean. It creates that kind of duality. That's what I'm talking about. This bad versus good, this extreme.
Yeah, I think it's low level.
Okay.
I think the race in America, specifically in America, women's rights, non-white rights, yada yada yada. I think it's low level. Honestly, when you get to controlling resources and managing entire global civilizations, I think that may be, you could argue that's maybe a part of accessing environments, like you said, relieving pressure, giving more people what they want to continue to manage. But ultimately, when you get to the big boy shit, we're talking about controlling resources, right? And be it human labor or minerals, etc. Right? Like, how do you connect those two dots for me? So that's the only thing I'm disconnecting from, because culturally things are shifting and changing internally. People are mad about different cultural things. The system makes very fast adjustments to those things, and things keep on rolling, and we keep conquering. So I'm trying to connect to where you're connecting. So you're talking about more of the social shit, about how people feel, and they may want more access, and then they get more access, and then what? There's a backlash. Things work itself out, right? You can write some books about it. You can do some TV shows about it. You can do some YouTube videos about it. You can get a following. You can create debating environments, right? You can philosophize about, is it a republic? Is it a democracy? Is it fascism? You talking about that shit, right?
Yeah, not in that kind of context, but yeah, a little bit. That's a little bit of it.
But
yeah,
the real shit, the brass tack shit. When we're gonna get to what we got to get to, that faggot, or that female, or that Negro, or that Latino, or that Arab under the umbrella of the West will do the same thing: conquer, control, warmonger, take resources, exploit labor, etc. So maybe that's our disconnect. You talking about more of how the machine processes and how it processes things over time, makes the adjustments that it needs to make, and continue to roll. My argument is, from your perspective, from how you're talking, from how I'm hearing it, based on what you're saying, if the environment is doing what you think it's doing, this wouldn't be what this place was. But it's not that kind of place, right? It does not matter if white folks feel a certain way about depopulation, if white folks feel a way about too many immigrants coming to the country, if people around the world feel some type of way about, well, America was not what it used to be because it invaded Iraq. All that bullshit talk, all that nonsense, all that shit is bullshit talk. The powers that be around the world at all levels, they have understood what it has been for thousands of years. Thousands of years. It's way beyond cultural shit. Oh, women got rights. Oh, blacks got rights. Oh, we got Martin Luther King. Oh, we feel this way in America. Well, come on, bro. That's what we talking about right now, DC. And come on, man. If you in a fucking war room, you trying to move certain things, you trying to do this and do that. What are we talking about right now? That shit's checked.
Very limited.
It's checked.
Very limited.
That shit's checked.
Very limited number. Talking about very limited number.
It's checked. Be it Hong Kong, be it Japan, be it mainland China, be it the fall of USSR, be it the fall of Germany, be it the Czech of India, be it the Czech of Pakistan. I mean, what do you want me to do here? It doesn't fucking matter about America having gay rights, black rights, women couldn't do this, and oh shit, we don't have a family no more. Fuck all that shit is bullshit. That's money making. That's money making talk. Let me write a self-help book for you. Let me write I feel so bad for you niggas that feel bad that women got right. Oh, fuck off. Get the fuck out of that bullshit. That's bullshit talk. That's faggot bullshit talk. I'm not worried about that bullshit. That shit don't mean shit. That shit don't mean shit when we gonna take what we gonna take and we gonna control what we gonna control. We gonna control what we gonna control no matter about any of that shit. America will hug trees, will make windmills. We'll try to clean up the environment, tax me for using plastic bags. At the end of the motherfucking day, what are we going to go do, DC? We're going to take this. We're going to take that. We're going to topple them. We're going to bring in this slave labor to our country. What are we talking about right now? Out of all of that high level, more or less tied to upper class, middle class, entertainment for people to make them feel a certain way, to give certain folks access to certain things, it will not change it. The number one female in America is Hillary Clinton. Let's go kill everybody. Man, woman, white, black, it don't fucking matter. Condoleezza Rice, or your what's my man from Jamaica that was that passed away, that was the 4-star. What's my four that worked for George Bush? Colin Powell. It doesn't matter, man. We will have whites, non-white. The West is what the West is. Yeah. Now culturally, whites can be mad, but we're all Western, no matter what we look like. And we will conquer and murder and kill, drop nuclear bombs. We will spy on. Do you know how many spies in this country are not white Americans that go and spy on a so-called own culture? What are we talking about right now, man?
We did a program.
You know how many Afghanistan in this country right now?
We did a program possibly on one the other day. Pretty sure.
So all that gender shit and feminist shit and more rights, and we got more divorces, and people ain't taking care of their kids, and the kids got too much freedom, and fuck out TikTok and Roblox. All that bullshit, cultural shit, be managed, has always been managed. It don't fucking matter. At the end of the day, we're gonna warmonger and we're gonna conquer and we're gonna get these resources. Goddammit, we got this AI shit coming. We need more nuclear power plants. We need Greenland. We need whatever the fuck we need to do. We're gonna do that shit, bro. That's all I'm trying to say. Like all that shit below that shit that you can make money off of, you can debate about, talk with your friends about it. Oh man, the bitch ain't shit, or he ain't shit, or fuck the government. You can do all that shit all day, bro. This system is going to do what it's fucking going to do when it comes to the big shit. It's going to manage the rest. And I keep telling you, because it is managing it. Am I wrong about that? It is managing it. You act like it ain't happening. It's happening.
No. I said there's a better way.
Is India coming? Is China coming? Is Japan coming? Is Korea coming? We're managing it. It's being checked.
You don't see
who's bucking? Who bucking?
This loop weakens the country.
Who's bucking?
This loop of not being able to move forward to a better way of managing its population.
This is the way. We mean better way. What fantasies are you talking about? This is the way. This is the way. You're living it right now.
There's a way to move
You're living it right now. You're fantasizing.
There's a way to move forward to where you don't have to compromise as much on both sides.
You don't know how savage the world is. You're fantasizing.
No.
That's that liberal. That's that liberal bullshit. That's that bullshit. That's that progressive bullshit. That fantastical white woman, tree hugging, nonsensical bullshit that they've been selling to these people around the country, especially non-white, all over the world.
Everything
liberal bullshit.
Everything liberal that you're talking about.
I meant to say progressive.
Don't got nothing. Everything liberal you talking about don't got nothing to do with the so-called ass that get kicked on a regular basis every day, 365, 12 months a year in the world globally by this particular U.S. government. That doesn't matter at that particular point. Everything that you're talking about,
we're bringing in millions of slaves for decades into our country to maintain it and build it. And you're talking to me about fucking what right now?
Yeah, we agree on this one, man.
We're bringing in millions of just think about what we're doing as a country. At the same time, we're talking about people's rights and who ain't. It's just fucking retarded, bro. It's some high level spoiled upper class bullshit. it's shocking to me, by the way, the amount of labor that we exploit to get things done, to be on these microphones, to be out here talking about this shit, bro. And are you ignoring that? That's the fundamental parts of it. No, it's the top and it's the bottom. At the end of the day, we are supplemented by basically slave labor globally, imported and exported. And then at the top, we maintain the planet. Everything in the middle, what the fuck are we talking about right now? The middle shit? The bullshit in the middle? They keep us fucking around every day, watching fucking soap operas and shit. that ain't really what it is. You got your slave labor to maintain things at the low level, and at the top level, you have the high level people to control and maintain everything, to protect borders, to keep everything in structure, and then everybody else in the middle, we're just functioning. And then you can because of America and how we're set up, you're allowed to have these conversations and make money off of it, and talk about, like I told you, Nazism, the end of white people, the end of black people, race, whatever you want to talk about. But the environment allows those countries to happen, but it only allows those countries to happen based off of what I just said. You need that, because guess what? If you're working 7 days a week, 18 hours a day, your ass ain't talking about no race shit. You ain't talking about no fucking women shit. You ain't talking about shit. You just trying to fucking survive because you came from some shithole. And at the highest level, they don't want to hear nothing about that shit. Look, we being threatened by this, and this. We got to check this. We got to check this. We got to check that. We got to make sure this shit is rolling right, and we got to make sure the machine is running. The ships cannot stop. Am I wrong about that? Right? All the flow of commerce got to keep rolling. So fuck how you feel. Go complain on the internet. Go complain to your mother. Go complain to your family. Go start an organization and bitch about that shit and try to make yourself feel better about things. But on the biggest levels, we got to do X, Y, and Z. Is that our disconnect?
Our disconnect is that
because me and you are having this conversation is because they on that wall. We're having this conversation because we got that slave labor making sure that everything is working right in this country. While we able to talk on the fucking internet. What are we talking about right now?
You don't see that when that becomes
it's a fucking luxury to talk about this bullshit we be talking about.
When speech starts to become restriction, or you start to speak out against certain things, then people start to kind of like, just like even, I mean, we a perfect example of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like our whole channel got hit. Why did it get hit like that?
I don't know. I called Trump, so we're good now.
Come on, man.
All right. We are. Be safe. Don't worry about it.
All right,
I reached out to his folks. We good money.
I'm thinking that
we don't disagree. I'm just fucking with you, actually.
I think that that there is there's a way that can be moved forward. It may not be the best way.
I don't think there is no other way but this way.
I think that I think at the end of the day, that based off how the system is going to be more people unsatisfied with the way the system is than it is satisfied, which causes in the current system that we live in right now, right? The current system that we live in right now.
You think more people dissatisfied with what exactly? What exactly are people dissatisfied about?
Just the way that they think
you're talking about luxury.
You're
still talking about luxury.
I know
so
that.
What are you really talking about then?
But nobody understands that unless you are outside of the so-called country.
They don't have to understand it.
How would you ever
They're compliant. They don't have to. They're compliant.
You're missing my point.
They're compliant.
There are people that are still going to so-called be disillusioned. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You don't think
individual people being disillusioned. Fuck them. Who gives a fuck about them people?
It's not individual.
Kill yourself. What are we talking about right now? That's why suicide is high. You can't be here. What are you talking about? On to the next one.
Yeah,
what are we talking about right now? What are we talking about? Individuals? What the fuck are we talking about that shit for? How many people died in Russia in the war of Ukraine last week?
Last week.
Talking about people? What the fuck are we talking about right now?
Thousands.
What are you talking about? We talking about real shit? We talking about bullshit? I don't know. What are we talking about right now?
I'm talking
because
about
there's real shit that's happening in the world, and then there's the fake bullshit about rights and being able to go. What are we talking about? I mean, come on, bro. We are good where we are now. It can be something different if you want that, or do you want to keep fantasizing? I argue that people are fantasizing and it's being managed, and their fantasies are working. It's working, DC.
All I can give you is the discontent of the 60s, where people basically were disillusioned with the
Did
government.
Did they overthrow the government?
That's not what I'm talking about.
I'm asking you again.
That is not.
Did they overthrow the government? Is it a new country?
That's not.
Did they get rid of the Constitution?
There are checks
We still
in
got
place
50
for that.
states.
We
We
have
still got
a
50
whole.
states. What are we talking about right now? We still got the governor.
We have a
What are we
whole
talking about right
national.
now?
We have a whole national guard that is trained to run this place if everything falls apart. You know that.
So we ain't. So what you worried about? So then why you keep bringing the fucking 60s up for?
Because
you gotta say they did something.
Because it's
What
still,
they do?
it still
They
causes.
overturned. They destroyed the government.
In this country,
We're in a different country right now. We ain't no different country.
Bruh, listen.
We're more savage than ever. We're more savage than ever. We're more savage than we've ever been. What are you talking about right now? We're savage as a motherfucker.
I
What
never
y'all talking
denied
about?
that. I never denied that, by the way. I never denied that. I never said that we wasn't.
Fucking hyper savage, hyper
I'm
warmonger.
saying that
We
the
can't not.
population
We
has to be
can't
managed
stop
in some
going to
way.
war.
That's it.
And guess what? The population loves it. We
don't
love
think that-
blood.
You don't think
This
there's a
population loves
possibility-
blood,
You don't think
DC.
there's a
They
possibility?
love blood,
You don't
DC.
think there's a possibility of a civil conflict?
Our
in this country?
military budget is going to be $2 trillion by 2030, bro. What
what
are
I'm
we
saying.
talking about right now?
I don't.
What
have
are we
a
talking
problem.
about right now?
Do you think there's a possibility that there can be a civil conflict in this particular?
Think about this. Think about this. America took all the jobs. America took all the jobs from 80 million Americans and put the motherfucking jobs and made them slaves overseas. And guess what? Did they overthrow America? Hello? Or did they go get high? Hello? You still there? You still on the mic?
Say that again.
We took all the jobs out of America and took them jobs and put them motherfucking jobs in Canada, Mexico, the fucking Central America, South America, all over Asia, Africa. We took all the jobs from tens of millions of Americans. And what did they do? Bitch, complain and take it. They took it. We're printing trillions of dollars a year, debasing our currency, causing massive inflation. Can't afford shit. They taking it. They're taking it. So you're telling me something that ain't happening. The bank took all the money that Obama gave them, didn't give nobody shit, and we took it. Matter of fact, those same banks and those other private institutions and those hedge funds are buying up all the housing that's off the books from Bank of America, from the fucking crash, and now controlling the everyday housing market, driving the prices. Guess what? They ain't doing shit. Trump gets in the office. I'm going to do all this shit. Ain't did none of that shit, and they still taking it. So what are you talking about right now? And I can go to every country around the world and show you the same thing, unless America has their people in those countries, like Iran, and causing civil unrest because it's manufactured. Well, you talking about everyday people? Come on, bro. Stop it, bro. You playing yourself. They don't do that. They don't do that. Nowhere in the world. But if you bring in the CIA, you bring in other groups, they can gaslight and fund militias. They can fund rebel groups in, Boko Haram, or pick somebody in Somalia, or pick somebody in Nicaragua or Venezuela, where you want to fucking pick, and we're funding it. We're gaslighting them. We're pushing them. We're creating so-called protest. We're creating the fucking protest. Nothing natural, nothing organic. All that's bullshit propaganda, obviously from the West. I want to know what you're talking about, because regular folks don't do shit. That's fucking fake fantasy, fantastical thinking. It's not a real thing, bro. These are not shakers. The common person is not a shaker and a mover here. You understand that, right? Like that's not a thing. That's bullshit talk. No matter what the protests are or the uprisings are, if you dig deep enough, you're gonna find who's actually behind all that shit. So I'm trying to understand, what exactly are you talking about?
All I'm talking about is management.
But you're saying it's not being done. It's a great job. I'm saying a great job being done.
I didn't say that. Oh no, I don't think it's a great job being done. No. But yeah,
how is that not possible? What do you mean it's not a great job being done? Who's not doing it? Check this out. Who's not doing their job?
I will use the word that you already disagreed with.
Who's not doing their job in this country? Who's not doing their job? Who disillusioned? Who?
Disillusioned.
Who?
The general population, for the most part.
And
they're not moving.
Define that for me. Define that for me. Because guess what? Fuck your feelings. I don't give a fuck if you're delusional. Just do your fucking job. You're talking about some feeling shit. If you're doing your fucking job, what are you talking about right now? We are a multi-trillion-dollar economy, damn near $40 trillion economy. We are the large. What are you talking about right now?
There are more people
Fuck these people.
There are more people concerned with trans and all of this gay marriage.
Get the fuck out of here. That's irrelevant shit.
I'm trying to tell you.
All irrelevant.
That's
irrelevant. You talking about that bullshit? That's that irrelevant shit.
Bruh.
That shit's irrelevant, bro. That shit is not stopping economies. Tell me what economy is stopping.
That doesn't stop. That doesn't.
Tell me what economy is stopping.
We having two separate discussions.
Tell me what military is stopping.
See, you're talking about
the real shit.
Global.
Well, the real shit. No, I'm talking about the real shit.
Well,
I'm talking about the real shit.
Okay then, but that's still the real shit.
You're flying a fuck about some fucking. What are you talking about? The fucking. You're the fuck about some fucking trans people.
The real shit ain't the
only thing
that runs this particular country.
Bullshit.
Social.
Bullshit.
The social grid. The social grid. The social grid here.
It's checked. Them white. Hold up. Them white. When black folks got mad, you got more access. When gays got mad, they got more access. When trans got mad, they got more access. When women got mad, they got more access. When white men are mad now, they're getting more access. What are you talking about? Everybody's getting what the fuck they want. Oh, I'm not going to watch ESPN no more. I'm not going to watch this no more. I'm not going to be on Facebook no more. I'm going to go on this platform. It's all checked.
I just told you that when one group
I want a woman like this. I want a man like that. I want to be with this. I want to get with that. I want to do. It's all done.
You just said it.
It's all done.
Everybody not getting
low level shit, easy to fix. Low level shit. It's low level shit, easy to fix. Oh, you know what? Y'all want to talk more? Give them rumble.
Straight white men are getting what they want. Give them X. The other groups are not getting what they want. That's what that means.
Everybody getting what they want. Bullshit. Everybody getting what they want. What the fuck are you talking? Are you serious?
Not true. Everybody's not getting what they want.
What's not true?
But you just said it's not true. Everybody's not getting what they want.
You're not paying attention. You're not watching. You ain't paying attention yet. You ain't paying attention.
Oh man.
These whining ass niggas, these whining ass crackers, I heard talking about I want this and I want that. Guess what? They got a platform. They make money off of it. They got followers. They're writing books. They're going on tours. They're talking. They're on television. They're getting access. What are you talking about? They put President Trump in charge. What are we talking about right now? Everybody's getting what the fuck they want. If you put whoever you put next in charge of the Democrat, they're going to go back and get more shit. They got Mondani in New York. They're getting what they want. What are we talking about right now? Everybody's getting what they want all the fucking time. Half the motherfuckers moving to Tennessee and Florida from California and moving to Texas, they're getting what they want, right? They're moving to those states, getting what they want. What are we talking about right now? Oh, I can't do this. I can't do that. Well, they just moved to another place. They're bitching about it. You can make money off of Joe Rogan. You can make money off of it. You can make money off of saying, I'm anti-vax. I'm pro-vax. It's all spaced. It's all checked. It's all handled. Everybody's getting their fucking access. Fucking RFK is the goddamn CDC, the fucking president of fucking Health and Human Services. What are you talking about? They're not getting. Everybody's getting what the fuck they want to get. If you wanted to force to get the vaccine, you had Joe Biden in charge. He forced the vaccine. You wanted Donald Trump in charge. He said, we're not going to force the vaccine. They didn't force the vaccine. You don't got to take the vaccine. Everybody's getting what they want. What are we talking about right now? Are you not living in this reality? I'm confused. They didn't give black folks access. We got access, right? We can go to the same hotel the white person go to. We can go to the same banks. Women could. I mean, I don't even know what you're talking about right now. You're living through the shit right now. Everyone who got mad, everyone who was upset, everyone who wanted it to be America first, they're getting all the shit that they want to get. They may not like it, but they're getting it though.
Some of these things are existing at the same time. It doesn't mean
everybody's getting what they want. There's space for everybody. What you're saying is not true. What you're saying is not true.
No, I believe there's space.
It's the reason why. It's the reason why Elon Musk bought X. There's a reason why Rumble exists and Parler. There's a reason why Nick Fuentes exists and not being canceled right now. Alex Jones. People are getting what the fuck they want to get. The people who got canceled are back in the game. Pick a person, Tucker Carlson, pick anybody in politics. Everybody's getting what the fuck they want to get. I don't know what you're talking. They're literally getting what they want to get. Companies are bending on both sides. You wanted to bring a bunch of blacks and women in to ESPN. You did that. The white boys got mad. Who'd you bring in? What's his name, DC? Who'd you bring in? Pat McAfee, right? So you got your redneck, country, backwater, goofy, dirty motherfuckers on ESPN now. And then you got Stephen A. Everybody's getting what they want. Am I confused? Or what are you talking about? I follow all the shit. So what are you talking about? Who's not getting what? The neocons are getting what they want. Oh, well, Trump is going to be America first and not increase the budget for the military and do all this shit. He ain't doing none of that shit. Budget is up, going to war, all good, right? Am I wrong about that?
You gotta let me talk, bro.
But you saying some outlandish shit like people are victims here. Motherfuckers is making America gives you the space. We've said that for fucking decades. They give you the space. And when you if you bitch and complain and victimize yourself long enough, no matter what race you are or gender you are, you get some space. And I can't make it up. I can give you evidence of it at all levels. Am I wrong about that? What am I missing?
Hold on for just one moment. You know what's so cool about this discussion is that I'm glad that people can see it like in real time, because it is really two different ways of seeing the world. And I can see how it can always be this conflict, but there is a separation between the two things. You're right. There is space for some of the things that you're talking about. But the resistance comes as far as who's perceived to so-called be in charge and who's basically not starting to get the things that they need. And this is more of a domestic political back and forth, which is what I think is bullshit. I do think it's bullshit, actually. I think the social stuff is not really that big of a deal that could be handled in a different way, but that's strictly my opinion. But when you're dealing with when people get so polarized from one side to the other, it feels like opposition. So even when they're discussing it, it's not being explained to them what is basically still being available to them and what's not being available. Like, for instance, right, people think that abortion is abolished. It's not. You can still get abortions. Most of the states, if I'm not mistaken, still has abortion on the books. But that's just neither here or there. The Supreme Court just allowed it not to be a national statute, to have it, free. I mean, like basically nationalized abortion across the board. They gave it to the states to decide. So your state votes on it, then you got basically abortion in your state. If they don't, then you don't. You have to go to the next state over, or the next nearest state that you can get the abortion on. That's just one of the things that you're talking about. So people do move around and they go to different places and then they bitch and then they complain about different things. What I'm talking about is more of a ideological difference, a fight as far as how things should be moved forward and what we deem to be true and what we deem not to be true. And that's why I said it's more of a philosophical kind of discussion than it is so-called what can be seen or proven, because people are always going to view things through their lens or view things about they deem to be true as far as how they see it. And no matter how much you try to argue somebody down on that, they're going to see it their way. You have plenty of Americans here that feel like this country is not for them. That's black, that's white, that's Chinese, that's whoever, right? And we have other people that believe totally the opposite of that. They feel like this country offers everything that it's offering, and that basically that's what it is. And what I'm trying to convey is that politically that's being used to have people go up against each other, and they will use this as a bridge to say, yeah, well, we're trying to save you from this, so the Democrats are doing this over there. It's too much free this, free that. Laissez-faire. Your family's being tortured. The family's no longer together. And then on this particular side, on the right side, we're all about family. We're all about doing things the right way, and that these people don't know exactly what they're talking about. They're not basically living by so-called the Christian law, whatever you want to kind of use as a political buffer to kind of have your ideology kind of fixated in. And I think that even whether you watch the Super Bowl, whether you are distracted by sports or bread or circuses of the world and holidays or whatnot, people do feel a certain way about the way that the politics are ran if you ask them about it. And whether they have an informed opinion or opinion that's basically built by whatever they're watching or whatever they filter through their news lens, it has an effect. And I think that this country is being affected by the polarization effect. I think polarization on both ends is not good. I don't think it's good on the left. I don't think it's good on the right. And I think that has caused an issue in this country. I think that's where me and you diverge. We disagree on that. You don't think it's a big deal? I think it is a big deal. I think that the social stuff here, I used to be one of those where I thought it didn't matter as much. Clearly, that's not the case. Clearly, that's not the case. Because like anytime that you can run ads about, somebody paying for, gay health and stuff like that, when that clearly didn't stop when he got elected, it just tells you something. So that's what I mean by how this is still used as a bridge to divide people and to have them have their ideologies and have their particular sides, when basically there are no sides. We're living in the same country. We have these rights that we can basically enforce or not enforce. It's very clean cut, a democratic process is in place. But like I said, do you think that there will be a situation where they start to say, well, we can vote on this, or we're going to really start to kind of enforce these particular laws, even though we didn't actually go through Congress to get it? You see what I'm saying? So that's where I think that the authoritarian viewpoint in a democratic society kind of starts to break down, because people are going to start to feel that even though they're not politically driven. That's all I'm saying. Like, well, why they're lying about this? Why they're not doing this? Well, why are they blatantly doing this? Well, why do you say I should just accept it? That's what I mean by being loud and proud and wrong. I'd rather it just be where they don't talk about it at all and they just do what they do. And then basically people can get filtered the news through whatever that means they can do it. I think the management works better that way. That's just my opinion, by the way. I don't think that everybody should be in the know as far as like what things are happening, what things are going on in this particular country. I don't think that it works that way. I don't. So that's what I think. That's where we're coming down the line on. I think that's where the dividing line between the way I think that this particular country breaks down and where you view the country breaking down. But I don't think we disagree on the logistics of it. No, I mean the logistics are the logistics. This country is an empire. We're imperialistic. We run the world. We run the world as it's constructed. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I appreciate it, man. You wanna open up the floor and have people come up and share their views or not?
Nah, I'm good on that. Fuck their views. Their views don't mean really nothing to me.
I got this key. I want a mailbox. Man, my mailbox key is crazy.
Well, we can close up though if you want to finish up.
Yeah, man. So that's basically it, man. I guess we can next time, man. I want you to kind of bring some of the some of your great analysis from the from the Trump side, man. I want to
As
see.
far as what do you mean?
I want to see the compliance part without the resistance.
I mean, you just saw it last week.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, of
Just
course.
saw
But I
it.
mean,
That's
but I
what
want to kind of review it too. I want to kind of see how deep the rabbit hole goes on that side, because like I said, I watch a lot of
I
the
think
right
the
now.
difference is that it's typical. It's typical. I just think the difference is that I think people were convinced of certain like ideologies and philosophies and didn't and had to, like it always happens, it does not matter, every president, every Congress that gets into power at all levels, honestly, not even just Congress, but governors and mayors is included, is that you saying what you have to say to get into office. And if I, as a politician, can convince you it's a movement, a referendum, what do they call it when you win all the votes? What do they call? Even though he didn't, but what is it called? Mandate.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, unfortunately, you may think this is a democratic republic, a democracy, a republic. Go to the Constitution. Whatever you need to do on an academic level, intelligence level, or whatever. If you just look at actually what's happening, legally, illegally, making it legal, traditions, or what they would call political norms, where you're not even aware that it's not legal. It's just that traditionally we move a certain way, and things change. But as things change, as we both know, things can typically just kind of stay the same on some level. And America, as a nation, as the Western Empire, at the tip of the spear, unfortunately, once we took on that responsibility, there's pressures, honestly, that really supersede the ideals of when you sit around and talk about America and how we had to really break America on some level to include non-whites, specifically non-white men, and those things are so big. I think they're so impactful that it can distract you from what this place really is. Because when you think about what's so funny about it, even from that perspective, like a racial perspective, you gave us more access to be more a part of the murderous, warmongering place, and I'm more like that than I was before, because now I'm included in murdering the planet, killing the planet, conquering the planet, warfaring on the planet, nuclear bombing the planet, monitoring and controlling the planet. So it's funny because they're trying to somehow disconnect from that. You understand what I'm saying? And I think it's funny. Now, it is idealistical. It is a lot of philosophy. It is a lot of very high-minded people that want it to be a better world. Unfortunately, you can maybe spin it and say it is a better world because there may be not as much war as it was 500 years ago or 1,000 years ago. You can make an argument to say, well, even though we're at war all the time, more individual people around the world has more access to clean water, to energy, to technology, and can move around the world more. All those things are true, right? At the same time, that does come with a cost.
Yeah.
And America is the collector. America is the banker. America is the control mechanism. America is what allows all those things to happen. And unfortunately, in real life, a lot of things have to take place to make those things happen. And it's a very savage, murderous things that take place to get a number of people, like a percentage of people, to have access in this type of system. Obviously, if you live off the land in some tribe somewhere, you're just in the mix. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is at this point, right? It's just what it is, unfortunately. But outside of those folks, this is what it looks like, right? We've set the standard. Everybody is striving for the most part to be whatever this is. And I mean, like I said, I don't know if it really matters necessarily who's in charge on some level, because and doesn't even really matter how a lot of people feel honestly about America at the end of the day, because I think truly there is no alternative. And I think because of that, what you were saying about balance, I'm not even sure, because you know you really would need some very humble, smart people that are non-Western, I think, to come up with a philosophy and ideas that are better. And unfortunately, most of those places are very old, very ancient. Most of them are pretty much set in their ways, no matter how they try to play the game or whatever. And giving up power, even in America, is problematic, obviously, right?
Mhm.
So imagine being the rest of the world that's been around, there's been cultures for thousands of years, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so much complexity there. Like I told you, just beyond a lot of things that we get, be it rights for females, rights for men, abortion, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of these big things that we're doing in our country is really designed, we would argue, to improve the world, to show the world that individualism does have some value to it. But I think most of the world don't buy that. Honestly, they do capitulate, but they don't buy that. And true, I think they believe in uniformity, singularity, no individualism. No individual any of that. They don't. I think the world doesn't. I think it's a very interesting concept. I think that America still struggles with, but it does exist, obviously. And I think the rest of the world is going to be. I think it's going to be a long ride to get. You know what I'm saying, to get the world to that point. I don't know if it even will ever actually happen, honestly, because I think that it's very comforting to be in these environments where everything is taken care of for you, and you're born into your role, right? And your life is your life. And it's probably a lot easier, even though it could be horrific. It could be a lot easier than having freedom and being able to choose to do things and having to be accountable as self. I think even America, I think we're fighting certain forces on the far left, especially by taking advantage of those types of things and trying to push more for collectivism and socialism and other forms of things, to where we lose our individual rights. So that's a whole other conversation. We're not going down that rabbit hole today. Obviously, I'm trying to keep it as high up as possible. But anyway, neither here nor there. I don't want to go down that road. What, did you have anything else?
No, man, I think that's it, man. I think we got a little bit out. We'll start it up again on the other side, man. Next week, or maybe sometime in the week we have some time to jump on and get one in. If you see something, man, that we need to talk about, then just hit me, holler at me, and let me know that we can kind of get it in. See what's what.
Sure thing. Well, this is the Code Breakers. This is Paradox.
And this is DC. Until next time. Peace.